Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling March Madness 2K23. I am your host, SES Vince. We are going to be doing the second installment of our Wrestling March Madness. Last year, we had an all-faction tournament. Tonight, we're going to be highlighting the women of professional wrestling. We are live currently on youtube.com/SESVince. So go ahead and give us a like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so you can join in the conversation, the chat, and everything. I couldn't do this on my own. Obviously, I had to come in and bring some fantastic guests, some fantastic content creators. And I'm going to introduce the very first host. She is a returning host / judge on this program. She is the host of the She Leads Showcase, and she is a fellow co-host on the SmackDown Raw podcast, returning judge, Katie Kinsey. Bay. How's it going, Katie?
What up, Vince?
Thank you for being on the show, Katie. Thanks again. Obviously, International Women's Day. I didn't plan on it, this being the recording for it, technically, but I'm glad you can be part of it. I wanted a returning member. I know I wanted to have either you or Matt on here. It was a tough choice, but I thought giving the topic, I thought today was the best.
I mean, like you said, International Women's Day. I am a woman. Matt's pretty and all, but like, I gotta have this.
He's pretty like a girl, but he's not a girl. You know, he doesn't actually count.
Exactly.
Katie, so we've collaborated before with the women's tag team tournament. So that's another reason why I wanted to bring you on here. We've done, this is maybe like your third, fourth time on Straight Talk. So thanks again for being here. And is there a certain wrestler that you'd like to see make it all the way to the Final Four?
I mean, if you know me, and you know my favorite women's wrestler of all time as of right now, it's Rhea Ripley. So I'm gonna push hard for Rhea Ripley.
I love it. Push your narratives. We're here for all the narratives being pushed. We'll bring you back, Katie. Thanks for joining us. All right, next up, he is a third of Young Kings Wrestling, and you've seen him here on Straight Talk before talking basketball. Last time we talked Lakers. And he is the reason why this doubled from a 32-woman tournament to a 64-woman tournament. Yeah. Rightfully so, claiming that we need to show love to Mickie James in the Knockouts division. And obviously threw in Camille in there. TC Fontaine, the thespian. How are you doing?
Yeah, how's it going, man? Thank you for inviting me. I love to talk. This is crazy, too, because I didn't know it was International Women's Day either. Dude. So I was like, oh, that worked out very well. So I'm
happy
ready.
Accidents, man. Happy accidents. Yeah. So, TC, you claimed to me that you had a narrative, and I created wildcard brackets for 3 separate brackets that has Stardom, NWA, and Ring of Honor. I included one of the indie wrestlers you wanted in here. Tell me about this narrative you're going to try to push. Your agenda.
So I didn't really want to like show my hand, but I'll give y'all a little bit of a tidbit, man. One of the most talented wrestlers out of the Las Vegas wrestling scene, Sandra Moon, is on one of these brackets. So I'm going to try to make that push if I can at my best convenience.
All right. All right. Well, thanks again, TC, for joining. We'll bring you back in as soon as we finish introducing the rest of the judges. All right. And last but not least, I'm going to introduce them together because you can't have one without the other. From Botch Spots and Chair Shots, I'm talking about the boss bitch, Allison, and a chef by trade and a mark by choice at The Will Gray. How's it going, guys? This is your debut on the Straight Talk podcast. How's it feel?
It's fantastic, Vince. I'm super pumped to be here.
I'm glad that you guys were able to be on this. I had both of you in mind for this March Madness tournament, and the more the merrier, obviously. Allison, you helped with the indie name as well. Would you like to list off who you voted to get into this bracket and get some highlights?
I added Vicky Dreamboat, who is someone really up and coming in the indie scene. She potentially might get pulled into some bigger things. She's been on our show. I mean, she's pretty much all around awesome.
Fantastic. And Will, you didn't get a chance for an indie wrestler per se, but you helped with the majority of the NWA bracket. So is there a specific wrestler that you'd like to see make it to the Final Four?
See, here's the issue, because there's two deep sleepers in this tournament that I'm going to go to bat for hard, but it's going to be impossible for both of them to come out of the NWA bracket, and that's one, Taya Valkyrie, and two, the holder of the Burke, the NWA Women's World Champion, Camille Brickhouse. Both of those women are solid in-ring workers. They're technical beasts. They got great character work. But sadly enough, it's going to come down to one or two of them in the NWA bracket. But I think either one of them have what it takes to be pushed into the final four of this bracket overall. So I'm going to go to bat for the NWA guys because, you know, I'm like I said before, I'm the only person besides Billy Corgan who watches the NWA.
Well, fuck Billy Corgan because there's so much talent in the NWA women's roster, and we're going to highlight them tonight. So let's bring in the rest of our judges. TC and Katie, let's bring you guys in here. Let's change the landscape there. Put myself in the middle, Brady Bunch style, like you guys suggested. And this is even better because now we have Botch Spots on the top and then we have the cafe on the bottom. I like this. So before we actually get started with the competitors and the judging of it all, I do want to give a reminder that the Warden Matt Ritter may show up like a wild Pokemon out of nowhere and join the chat to be an instigator, maybe a tiebreaker, maybe like a pester or someone to sway you in a certain direction. Jesus is saying, I hear Billy Corgan hates International Women's Day. He might. He might.
It's possible.
Let's go down with the rules for anyone that's never been here before. And obviously, Will, TC, and Allison haven't been here before, even though Katie has. So let's go over some of the rules. Like I mentioned, this is a 64-person single elimination style tournament featuring the top women wrestlers across all the major wrestling promotions, or at least the ones that I was able to get any information on. There are 8 brackets representing Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, NWA, ROH, Stardom, and Impact, aside from some wildcard indie wrestlers or freelancers, such as Faye Jackson, who's going to be in the tournament, Sandra Moon, what was it again? Help me out. Vicky Dreamboat,
yeah.
Kylie Ray, and Mercedes Monet, who I don't know if she's officially signed with Stardom or not.
She's not.
We have all those names included because we couldn't leave anyone out. Our panel of judges here will determine which wrestler advances in each matchup using their own personal criteria. So that means if you want to use actual like in-ring like booking, promo skill, in-ring skill, personal bias, by all means, I do not care, just as long as someone advances. And if there needs to be a tiebreaker, I will be the tiebreaker. Like it says here, in the event of a tiebreaker, the host will serve as tiebreaker or Matt and choose who advances. I might alternate with Matt, depending on what time he shows up. He should be here in like 15, 20 minutes. The host also holds one veto that can be used prior to the Elite 8 in order to help push his own agenda. So not only will you guys be able to push your agenda, I'll be able to push my agenda. So this was a rule last year. I don't think Katie remembers or not.
No.
But prior to the Elite 8, I'm able to help veto one way or another, and this was actually used in my against me last year, so we'll see how it goes. Before we get started, once again, I do want to thank people that actually helped contribute with the list. Not only did everyone here as the judges help contribute with the competitors in helping build this bracket, but I also want to give special thanks to Mr. Warren Hayes, Powerbomb Jutsu, Get Your Podcast, Justin from Heel Tactics, Coop de Jesus, Benchi Calavera, and of course, the Warden, Matt Ritter. So, with that being said, let me start sharing the screen so we can get on with the festivities and, you know, do what we're here for. Let's see.
Fight.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're here
I'm
to
just going to
fight.
flip a coin every time, to be completely honest.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
Okay, good.
So,
I'm glad.
let me just make sure that you guys can read everyone that's on the screen. Can you guys read it? Everything
Yes.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we are going to start with the meat and potatoes of this bracket, and that's going to be the knockouts division portion. The person that TC vouched for and petitioned for, Mickie James, is going to be a first-round matchup, and she has Masha Slamovich. Guys, this is not an easy one, but where do you all stand?
It's not an easy one. Who's gonna go first?
TC, you're talking. Go for it.
This is not an easy one. This is Mickie James we talking about here. This is one of the GOATs.
Yeah.
This is one of those who you could say, yo, Mickie James is the greatest of all time, and you can't I mean, you could argue against it, but you would have to give it some consideration. She is one of those people where it's not that far fetched to put her in your GOAT.
All right,
So this
fair.
is not difficult for me. She's a current champion. Like she was literally the champion last year. Was it last year or the year before that? I can't remember. But she showed up in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, she was last year. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2022. You're right.
Yeah. So, I mean, nobody's ever done that before.
All right.
So she had one of the greatest women's storylines of all time too.
That's true.
One of the few memorable ones of that era.
Yeah.
Wasn't a lot memorable of that era when it came to the women. So
WrestleMania
he's a
22.
trailblazer.
Chicago.
Yeah.
All right.
Trailblazer.
Who wants to go? So Mickey James is TC's vote. Who else has here? And obviously, whoever's in the chat, Jesus, I know you're in the chat. Let us know who you vote here. Like, I want full-on engagement here. I want to know. Maybe the chat can help sway the judges.
To be completely honest, Vince, my argument here isn't. I'm completely with TC. You could have put just about anybody else on this list. The other 10 women, not anything against them, but you are literally talking about one of the greatest female competitors to ever do it. My argument with this first 1 versus 32 is, how much Impact do you watch? Put Masha at 32? Are you
Okay,
kidding
so
me? Did you see the match with
Taya
Listen.
Valkyrie's not on this bracket either.
Yes, she
So,
is.
let-
I
She
made
is.
sure Taya was on this Valkyrie. Or
Listen.
this
Taya's-
bracket. I made
Taya's
sure
on this
she
Valkyrie.
was.
If I may
Taya
be
is on this Valkyrie.
if I may be allowed to explain.
No.
Absolutely not.
Not a chance.
So
32
the only way
trash.
that I could really make this work and not have a bunch of tabs open is just to put two brackets together. So Masha would have been 8 in the Impact one, but it says 30. So disregard the numbers there.
Okay,
That's just
I'm
so-
just mainly talking shit, but yeah, Mickey James could go up against any of the other 11 women, with the exception of maybe Camille, and that's
Yeah.
only because Camille's on a 600+ day run, and I'll get to her when we get there.
So, and to answer your question, TC, Taya is in the NWA bracket because Will made me a list, and both Taya and who else was in there? Like Taya Valkyrie and
Natalia Markova,
you gave. I'm trying to find
Allison,
Allison K. So Allison K
Allison
and
K.
Taya Valkyrie, both of them are in the NWA bracket. So that's why. So you're gonna see them as soon as we lower it down. So Katie, Allison, do you guys want to make it a clean sweep here with Mickey James?
I'm definitely picking Mickey James, not only because she's amazing, but she likes my glasses. Not these glasses, the cute glasses that broke.
All right, perfect.
that seems like a sound reason to pick her in a
No,
bracket
no,
for
I mean,
wrestling.
for all of the reasons that TC and Will said, because she's absolutely incredible. But, you know, she's super sweet. And she likes my other glasses that broke.
Hey, we all about the glasses.
Yeah.
No, we making this a clean fucking sweep.
All
Mickey
right.
James, current. No, I gotta do a thing. I have a thing.
Do
Relax.
it. Do your
Thanks,
thing.
ladies.
Of course. take
Current
your time.
knockout women's champion, overall 5-time knockouts champion, 5-time women's champion, and a Divas champion.
Mhm.
Goat status. Easy right.
Mhm.
She can't really be beat looking at this right now.
No, definitely. All right, perfect. So we're advancing Mickey James. Next
Yes.
matchup, we have Tasha Steeles versus Giselle Shaw.
Giselle Shaw.
Giselle.
Shaw.
Giselle.
Can I
And
see
for
this
the-
one off, guys?
Yeah, whoever
Sure.
wants to, by all means.
This isn't even a competition. Tasha Steeles could
Come on.
wrestle a broom and make it look good, and Giselle Shaw is just a character wrestler. Tasha, I feel bad because she has to go up against Mickey because she should have a deep run in this tournament. It's just an unlucky draw on the bracket to have to go up against Mickey next round. But Tasha Steeles is a sleeper. In the next 5 years, she'll be one of the biggest women stars on the planet.
Oh, 100%. I can agree to that. JJ is in the chat. She's agreeing with you, Will. She's saying Tasha Steeles.
Yay.
I'm trying not to like put the chat in too frequently because then it covers up Katie unless I take turns who's on the
It's
bottom.
fine. I don't.
I'll put Will on the bottom.
Wow.
I'll put Will on the bottom. For
That's
now.
not
Everyone's
the
gonna
biggest
take
thing
turns.
that's been said about me today.
That's a bottom bitch right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what? You are Will in the most endearing way possible.
I'll always be your bottom bitch, Poppy.
All right, perfect.
Wow. All right. Thank you.
Already
Who's
started.
next here? Who's next here? We got 2 for 2, right? On Tasha.
Yeah, but yeah, it's because it is Tasha.
All right.
Out of the two,
Yeah.
she's the only one who's held gold too.
By
Yeah.
the way, this round of 64 and even the round of 32, if you guys want to speed through them, we can.
Yeah, let's
saves
get it,
more
man.
time.
Tasha
Yeah,
Steelz,
we
come
can
on, man.
absolutely just speed run.
Because
Yeah.
we don't
All
need
right.
to talk about Tasha Steelz versus Giselle Shaw. No offense to Giselle Shaw, but she is like Will said, is just a character wrestler. She doesn't
Yeah.
really do
Yeah.
much, really, besides like backstage stuff. Like, I mean, she's wrestled. She wrestled. Then she tagged with Victoria like a month ago or something like that. On
She
the
Shout out
did,
to
yeah.
Victoria.
Victoria
Tasha
Hall of Fame.
Steelz competed against
Victoria
the
for the Hall of
men
Fame.
for
Victoria
a
makes
chance
her
at the X
claim.
Division title. Like,
Also,
yeah, like less than a year
which
ago, she
is
wasn't
why I have
competing. Yeah.
another agenda that I'm about to push for another woman on this list later on for that exact reason. But I'll
All
just
right.
See,
say
I
that
think
when
we're
we
gonna
get-
get along all night, sir.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Jesus Christ.
I'm looking forward to this. So I advanced Tasha Steelz. Next round, Deonna Purrazzo versus Rosemary.
I'll start.
Deonna, easy.
Deonna.
It's Deonna. She's the reason like
100%.
knockouts got
Come on,
on
Kevin.
those like everyone's radar again.
All right.
Mhm.
All right. Deonna.
Rosemary's great, but she's not Deanna.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Simple truths.
Next, finishing off the first round of the Impact bracket, Killer Kelly versus Jordan Grace.
Like it's a
It's
question.
Jordan
That's one of
Grace,
those
man.
just unlucky draws, man. Killer Kelly's not a bad worker, but Jordan Grace is like Tasha Steelz in the next
See,
3 to 5. She'll be one of the
competing
biggest
with the
stars on
men,
planet.
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
She's amazing. I've seen
Yeah.
her work a few times, and she's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the issue I ran in here and why Allison Kay and Taya Valkyrie ended up jumping over to the NWA side of bracket, and so did Marty Bell, just because, well, they've wrestled in NWA, and this Impact roster is just knockouts. The roster is just loaded. Like,
Mhm.
I could have just done a 32 women tournament just on like appearances from the knockouts division alone. So here we have it. We have Deonna Purrazzo, Jordan Grace, Mickie James, and Tasha Steelz moving on to the next round.
Ooh.
Let's move on.
Solid
We got-
picks.
We got Camille versus Maddie Rankowski. Did I get that right?
You're absolutely right. This is
Perfect.
a solid, once again, easy pick. Camille's
Camille.
champion 600 days. Maddie's a solid indie star breaking into the NWA, but she's not even ready for that conversation.
It's good.
Yeah. All right, perfect. I like that we're running through this. By the way, I didn't want you guys to assume that I want you to like dissect every single pick here. If it's easy,
We'll get,
We'll be
we'll get
here
to
all
that.
night.
We'll get to that.
all right.
We'll dissect it.
Here we go. Allison Kay versus Marty Bell.
I feel like this is
Ooh.
disrespectful because they are tag team partners.
Yeah.
So this is pretty fucking rude.
Yeah,
But this is some shit how it would be booked, though, if this was an actual tournament.
That's true.
It
You're
will
right.
be.
Touche.
These are all done at random. The order in which these wrestlers were placed were depending on how many of the like helpers that I had, like the nominees, the mini votes. So whichever order of votes they got, that's where they placed. So I didn't even book the matchups. Everyone else that helped with the tournament booked
Sounds
the
like a bunch of
matchups.
excuses, but I'm going Allison Kay just based
Okay.
off of titles alone. She has held more than Marty Bell, even though they, like I said, they are a tag team. But
JJ also
Allison
holds.
Kay has just a little bit more of an edge over Marty, in my opinion.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Who would like to go next? JJ is agreeing with Katie here with Allison Kay.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with Allison just because of individual success based on the fact they've competed so long together, but in single competition, Allison's always been the more successful one between the two.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah, like Marty. However, you know, Allison Kay, this is a former Knockouts champion we talking about.
Yep.
This is a former NWA World's
Yep.
champion we talking about. Before she was a champion, around the time people started watching the NWA again. Like
She was
late
the one that
2019.
Thunder Rosa took the belt off of, wasn't she?
Yes, yes.
That's what I thought.
So, I mean, recency bias alone, got to go with Allison Kay.
All
For
right.
sure. If you've
I
held
can't
the world's
argue against
championship,
success at all.
if you've held the world's championship, that automatically has to give you an edge over anybody, no matter the bracket you come from, whether it be WWE, AEW, Impact, NWA. You know, like if you've held the world title, that gives you an edge. At least in my opinion, it does.
Rated our superstar edge.
Just like the rated R superstar edge. Yes.
Thank you. Thank
It
you.
gives
All
you
right.
a rated R edge.
Are we doing another clean sweep? So far, we're having the clean sweep in the first round, which I'm all for, so it advances it sooner.
Yeah, Allison, I think,
Yeah,
is pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, even if Allison went with Marty Bell, like you can give some love to Marty Bell, but at this point, it's 3-1.
I was gonna say it's not as it doesn't even need to be a clean sweep anymore because 3 of us chose.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't really know either wrestler, and I'm going to pick Allison because the obvious, even though she spells her name wrong.
I was about to say, have you ever even seen a Marty Bell match?
I have.
No.
I've met Marty Bell.
I have.
She's fantastic.
I
If
have.
I was here, I would say right now, if I was a judge, I would give some love to Marty Bell because I would almost be certain she wouldn't have advanced.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it, but Allison's had more success as a single competitor. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Allison, you're doing great.
I'm super
Killing the
awesome.
game.
So proud of you.
I'm going to start spelling my name like that.
Fool everybody.
Next up, we have Max the Impaler versus Kenzie Page, NWA side of things.
I
How are
mean
we
this
feeling
most
about this one?
respectfully as possible, and I'm sorry to cut you off. Max the Impaler would quite literally eat Kenzie Page in the middle of the ring.
Max is a-
Kenzie Page would have 0% chance against Max.
Jesus.
Works for me.
Max is so good. Like, I
See
just
Marty
love
Bell.
the way that they work in the ring. The gimmick is amazing, and it's the original gimmick and not, the stolen one by Sarah Logan. But yeah, Max is freaking incredible.
Yeah,
man, I'm
everyone's
a-
saying Max so far.
I'm a roll with Max too. This is where my bias kicks in because I don't really know much about Kenzie Page, but Max got to shoot some pictures ringside with Max a few times a few years ago.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where I'm gonna roll with my biases. Max the
Alright.
Impaler.
All
I want
right.
to put some of these ladies over as well. Some of these indie ladies, your Kenzie Page, your Marty Bells, your Maddie Winkowskis, all of these women have held territory gold and have been champions at the territory level. So give them their roses for being successful in the business. But once again, like some of these people, like Max, should be on big time wrestling TV every week. She's a good character. She's a good worker. The hardest thing to critique her on is her talking, but she literally doesn't speak in her current character role.
I don't have to.
Yeah.
Shout out to my friend Murdoch, former GameStop coworker. Glad he was able to make the chat.
What's up,
Yeah,
Murdoch?
okay. So Max the Impaler moves on, right, guys?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And before we go on to the next matchup, I do want to go ahead and remind that everyone that made the 60-woman tournament bracket, 64-woman tournament bracket, is an honor in itself because there were so many wrestlers that could have been in this bracket that especially when we get to the WWE side of things, they're going to be like, wow, this person wasn't mentioned, this person wasn't there, this person wasn't there.
Coming
It
up
really-
with 8 people, even for the NWA, was tough because there's so many talented wrestlers on the
Yeah.
rosters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, Natalia Markova versus Taya Valkyrie.
It is another one of those easy ones, man.
Yeah.
Do we even need to talk about this?
Man,
We're talking about
I always need you. I
I need
always
you,
need you
Matt.
in my
We
life,
need
in the
you.
live stream, wherever. You have an open invite if you want to join it. If you want to take the night off, by all means, we're good to go. You're mostly an understudy, but if you want to instigate
Wow.
live,
Matt, you're never the understudy in my life. I love you.
Wow.
well, I
I would
couldn't
never
have 5
say that.
judges. I didn't want to have 5 judges. And once TC expanded the whole tournament, TC has to be in it. He doubled the tournament.
Hey Matt, you wanna be our Tony Reality? You want to be our fact check guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Say
can
if
be
we say
the-
something we need to research, or you can butt in and be like, "Oh yeah, this is what it was."
We're about to
Take
get
it,
to the
Trent.
stardom.
See, we
set
can
of
find a
brackets,
way to
so
get you in here somehow.
Yeah, no, we're gonna include Matt.
I want to
and
bring
he
Matt
won't be
on
in the-
just to say the stardom wrestlers' names for us, and then you
Yes,
can put, like move him off.
yes.
These are terrible.
Okay. Natalia Markova versus Taya Valkyrie, guys.
This is
Oh yeah, Taya.
it's fucking Taya. Come on.
Knockouts
Yeah.
champion. That's really it, man.
Reina de Arenas
Superstars of
champion.
wrestling, women's champion in Las Vegas. Come on now.
Come on now.
I think I love Taya Valkyrie.
She's
Whoa.
great.
No, she's
Okay.
so nice, man.
Same.
She didn't have
Hey,
much of
come here with
an
her dogs
NXT
any
run,
day.
but Yeah, no, she's top knockouts like there. We're gonna give Matt 5. While we do that, while we give him 5, we're gonna move on to AEW and ROH side of things. We have Jamie Hayter, the current
Ooh, I don't like this
AEW
This is
champion
where it's
versus
gonna
Thunder
go.
Rosa.
TC said, "Oh no, I don't like this."
Shit got hard
All right,
now.
I'm,
It's
uh,
getting hard.
I'm diverting.
We're talking
for
about this
last,
a lot
please.
for a minute.
I mean, okay. Do I need to start this?
Someone needs to step up to the plate.
I will. I'm the heavy hitter. I'll do this. All right. It could be recency bias. It could just be the fact that she has organically gotten over with the crowd, and they did put the belt on her after months of mayhem backstage. I think I have to give it to Jamie Hayter. Thunder Rosa is a hell of a worker, hell of a champion. She was underutilized as champion. It's proven because Tony Khan hates women too. But
JJ says this isn't right.
it isn't right because they're both very good in-ring workers and everything like that, and both have. Hello? Why are you scrolling?
Oh no, I'm just moving it so no one else can keep looking at the rest of the bracket. I want to keep surprising you guys.
Christ. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna go with Jamie Hayter.
For anyone new, Vince, why would I do this? Jesus. Sorry, Katie. Go on.
I already said mine. I'm going Jamie Hayter.
All right. I'm just gonna pick someone. I'm gonna
gonna go with Jamie Hayter too.
All right, Jamie Hayter.
My criteria is all right. In-ring work, check. Like accomplishments, I am going to consider the NWA championship. However, I have to consider what's most important, and that is crowd work, getting them to become, what's the word I'm looking for? Empathetic towards you, get them on your side, garner the support from the crowd. And Jamie Hayter has done that a whole lot better than Thunder Rosa has in less than the time.
Yep.
So,
all right,
let's get it.
I'm also gonna pick Jamie Hayter only by a slim margin, and it is because Thunder Rosa sells a lot for people, and that's just tacky.
Solo hay una reina y ella reina está Thunder Rosa.
All right. Well, that's
No.
still 3-1. Shout out to Will for busting out the Spanish. He always surprises me with his
I
Spanish
also busted
vocabulary.
out the Spanish. Excuse you.
Yeah, but Will has my heart. Like I love you, Katie, but Will has my heart.
You know what?
You know,
It's fine. Whatever.
Everything
my
Will
heart.
does, I see with
Oh,
rose-colored glasses.
I don't see Vince as doing anything wrong either, so I get it.
All right.
Okay,
So
you're both terrible. Let's move on.
Jamie Hayter advances. Next up, Saraya Paige
Soraya?
versus Tony Storm.
Why, Vince? Why?
Come on now.
Tony Storm.
Come on now. And all right, bro. All right, bro.
I'm starting to upset everyone.
Tony Storm. And I'm going off recency bias. I don't care about. I gotta factor in accomplishments, but I can't factor in accomplishments from damn near 10 years ago. At this point, like, what have you done for me lately?
Facts. Speak.
And I know she's been hurt, and but even before then, she really didn't do anything before she got hurt.
Jesus says,
But-
can they both be eliminated?
No.
Tony Storm recently, AEW Women's Champion. I don't know if it counted; it was interim, but
No, they ended up counting it.
they
They
counted.
still
Okay,
counted, yeah.
and she was also. I don't know if anybody cares about this, but she was NXT UK Women's Champion.
Mhm.
as
For
Yeah, she
a
well.
was.
long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and that was in the last 5 years. So, all that considering, Tony Storm has to move on.
All right.
Plus, Saraya shouldn't be around at this
I was-
point no more.
I was just in a space tonight with an independent wrestling promoter, and he said the same thing TC just said. He said if a wrestler sends him footage for more than 90 days ago, he doesn't even watch it. He was like, if
Interesting.
you're not wrestling now, he goes, what good
That's
does
3
it do
months,
me?
man.
What
Why are
does-
you
good
taking
does it
3
do
months
me?
off?
Yeah. What good does it do me if you were wrestling a year ago? I don't know what you look like here and now today.
barring injury, right?
Yeah,
barring
barring injury, obviously. But he was like, if you're a stable worker, but you go 3 months, 6 months, 8 months without working, he was like, what does that say here? And I'm not saying that was Soraya's fault, obviously, because of the injury, but TC's absolutely right. Toni Storm's been on a hell of a run, even taking away from the fact she dropped the title.
And Matt's here.
Mateo! Hola, Mateo. ¿Cómo estás, mi amor?
In defense of Saraya, she is the only female champion to take a cum shot across the belt. And I want
Matt.
Oh my!
Come on,
Fantastic
bro.
scene.
Man. Awarded Matt Ritter, everyone. Before we continue, I just want to give Matt his proper introduction to the stream. Matt, thank you for joining us, even though you look like you're just chilling, just got home from work. We thank you to be part of this. I wanted you to be.
What flavor ramen is that?
Yeah, what?
It looks like spaghetti. I can't.
That's pizza. That's not ramen.
Oh, okay.
It
Never
literally
mind.
looked like spaghetti.
It
So
It definitely
I-
looked like pasta.
What
bro.
kind of pizza?
It looked
is
like you. So, are you eating it with a fork or something?
I don't know why I got
It
closer
just
to my
looks
screen. Like I'd be
It's
able
deep
to see.
dish.
Dude, me, we were both like, "What is this?"
what are we eating here, man?
Great, great. JJ is gone now. Well, at least I got through in the first round of NWA and Impact for JJ. This
This
is
isn't your show. No, but it's fun. It's
okay,
all fun
Matt.
and games.
This is the
Katie,
third time
spit or
I've
swallow?
done this. Wrong show. Matt, this is the third time I've done this March Madness tournament. This was actually the first time you and I collaborated back when I was on the other podcast, on SmackDraw podcast. It's the first time you and I worked together. I brought it back last year. You were a judge. I didn't bring you back this year. It was either you or Katie, and given the topic and the wrestlers we were covering in the tournament, I chose Katie.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but you're here. You're here to instigate or sway people, or just kind of like be like the little angel or devil on their shoulder and sway them one way or another.
devil.
Saraya all day.
Okay, well, unfortunately,
Well,
Matt doesn't get an official vote. So, Will,
I mean, you
I
can
think
also say that he put the bracket together, basically.
he didn't.
Well, you told me he did, so you're either lying to me or lying to the people.
He put together
No.
the stardom bracket, and then
I did,
threw
and
it
then
to the
Vince
wayside.
erased everything I did and wasted my time. So
Wow,
But
disrespectful.
how
Rude.
many of the names you wrote on it were actual real names, though?
No, I had the names. He just rearranged the matchups. He just did any, meeny, miny, mo until he picked up a matchup he liked. So
Let's
Back-
I
move on.
really
Tony,
want pizza now. All of a sudden,
Tony moves on.
Tony
I'm
Storm,
starved.
are we in agreement here? Like Allison hasn't had a chance to say anything. Will, I don't like you were leaning towards Tony Storm based on your comments.
Yeah, I'll go with Tony Storm.
I was gonna pick Saraya, but my vote doesn't count since I've been outvoted. But I don't know. I just really like her. I mean, yeah, she was gone for a while and she may not have as many accomplishments, but I like her more than I like Tony at this point.
All
Like,
right,
I have more of a connection to Saraya than I do Tony.
fair
Also,
enough.
Allison has to go first the next matchup because I feel like she's not getting enough chance to talk, and she's a
Yeah, no. Allison, stay right there. So we're moving Tony Storm.
stay
We
there.
have Ruby Soho versus Britt Baker.
EMD.
These aren't fun. These aren't fun at all.
These are not fun at all.
This is fun for me.
Easy.
I
This
am-
one's super easy.
am
Yeah, this
going
is
to
very
pit,
easy.
I'm going to pit
This is
Britt.
disappointing how easy it is. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to pit Britt Baker.
Okay.
Well, I don't know why she's 22 and Ruby Soho is 11. I know it's
I meant to
random.
do that the other way around. It was supposed to be the other way around.
That's what she said.
Well,
Whoa.
you know, I love Ruby. She's
I'll
great,
allow
but
it.
she is mid at best, which is fine. We need awesome mid card ladies. But yes, Britt Baker. Because
Okay.
of all the things.
Yeah. Some of the this one's a little easier. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm going with DMD.
All right.
Easy pick.
It's Britsburg. Come on now.
All right.
DMD.
TC, we're advancing this over, and then
I'll
we'll let
vote
you.
Britt anyway, man.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're advancing it over, and we're gonna let you start with the next bracket.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I gotta start with this.
This is
Hikaru
easy.
You give me this to start with.
Hikaru Shida
Damn.
versus Jake Cargill.
Come on. All right. This is actually kind of easy. I'm not gonna lie. It's just another one of those. It's kind of disappointing how
Night,
easy
JJ.
it is.
Good night, JJ.
And
Hi, JJ.
yeah, man. I gotta go with Jade. It's kind
Yeah.
of one of those, what have you done for me lately things. And I love Sheeta. Like, I loved her run as champion, even though it didn't get as much love from the actual promoter as it should
Fact.
have somehow,
True.
with it being a whole year long.
Oh, crazy.
But the entire time, it was just like, hey, we're waiting for Britt Baker to win this championship. It's just, when is it going to happen? We just waiting for the pay-per-view. That's all it was. So it kind of took away from Sheeta's reign, took away from her shine. Jade Cargill, I mean,
Undefeated.
showcase her more. And she's undefeated. She's been champion for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca ain't even hit a year yet.
Not yet.
She might.
I'm hoping.
All right. So
We'll get to that.
So we got Jade. One vote for Jade. Anyone showing some love to Hikaru Shida? How about let's do that? Anyone giving the vote to Shida?
Matt's giving a vote to Sheeta.
I'll give
Matt,
Hikaru
you get a
Shida
tiebreaker.
her roses for putting eyes on the Joshi product, but nothing more in a competition up against Jade. Jade's one of those here and now wrestlers. She's proven that she can carry the company on her back. Not that Shida couldn't, but it was a different time during the pandemic.
Yeah. All right.
Who gets more Instagram likes?
You said I could try and sway the vote, right? What is the official title of this tournament?
Wrestling March Madness.
For women's wrestlers, right?
Yes.
And Hikaru Shida is the better women's wrestler out of these two. I love Jade. Jade is fantastic. Jade has been champion for fucking ever and doesn't have a single memorable match or feud in her entire mid-card title run.
Damn.
It's not her fault.
But see, here's the thing, though, okay?
I think the thing is, do we want to eliminate Jade in the first round? Is the thing.
If you look at it from that perspective, though, I'm not saying Matt, like, I agree with everything that Matt said, but what you need to have to build up that mid card is a star that's big enough, not physically big enough, like, oh, I'm big bad, but like big enough in a sense she can carry that mid card championship with pride. Look at what was being done with the Intercontinental Championship in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like, those guys weren't necessarily like the greatest main eventers, but what they were,
You mean
they
like
were
Austin, The
solid.
Rock, Triple H, those guys in the 90s?
Okay, you want to have
No,
the
like
conversation?
Amanda
No.
You wanna talk about The Rock in
I'm putting pause on
1996,
this.
Matt?
Will, I love you. I'm putting a pause on this one. We need to finish off this one. I just need to know, is anyone voting for Shida? And then we're gonna move on to the other side, the other half of the tournament. Because I think we're in the unison here that it's gonna be Jade. Does anyone want to say Shida?
I do.
She's done a great job building that mid card up. It's thriving right now with her.
I will
champion.
say Sheeta.
All right.
For the sheer fact that she did not
Jade
get
don't
the
book the show.
Hey, I know. I'm doing it solely off the basis of the fact that Sheeta did not get the recognition she fucking deserved, holding that division on her back for a year.
She absolutely did.
But in 2023, where is Sheeta? Nowhere.
What is she
besides
doing?
Jade.
Did she
I
ever
don't book
do
the show. I don't know. When's the last time Jade wrestled?
The other
a
day.
lot more recently than she?
And we're also not looking at the
Actually,
body of
that's
work
not
for
true.
these. We're not looking at the body of work for these
Matt
women's
has the
their
floor
entire-
here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was gonna say I do not believe. I can double check, but I do not believe Jade has had a match in 2023.
researcher.
Shida, however, did have a small part in the beginning of the Tony Saraya everything that they were doing
That's
when
true.
that popped off when they turned heel. So if we're going
Matt.
by matches and stuff, Shida, I believe I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure Shida's had more matches.
Appreciate
in
it.
2023.
She's wrestled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times
Okay.
in 2023.
Jade?
Jade Cargill has.
All right.
Where?
Dynamite,
So,
Battle of the Belts.
Hold on, I'll do my due diligence. I'll pull up Hikaru Shida.
It's good.
all right. Well, regardless of the fact, the judges can use their own personal criteria, whatever that may be. It does look like it's Jade Cargill.
Hikaru Shida's wrestled
advancing.
3 times.
There you go.
Okay.
Shame.
Jade advances. All right. Now we move on to the other half of the bracket. And we're going to talk more WWE stuff. And we're going
Uh-oh.
to kick things off with Bianca Belair versus Carmella, and I'm gonna pick who goes first here, and I want Allison to go first.
I'm going to pick Bianca because right now she is the one of the GOATs in the women's division in WWE. Carmella is good. Like, I really like Carmella's character right now. Like, I like the things she's done, but she doesn't have, to me, she's not as technically skilled as Bianca. And on like pure technical ability and like overness with the crowd, I have to go with Bianca.
All right, Katie.
I mean, Bianca, pound for pound, is one of the strongest people on the roster. I mean, that sheer fact alone, and all the, I told Vince, I had downtime. I went through and counted championships for people because I had no life today. Based off that, she might not have many as titles as Mella and as many as accomplishments, but Bianca is the star, like, right now in WWE. So
For sure.
I gotta go Bianca. I love Carmella though.
Okay. TC.
Yeah, my bias is gonna kick in, man. Putting accomplishments aside, Bianca Belair. I mean,
Okay.
she's champ right now. She's been champ for 11 months.
Since last year, Mania.
Yeah,
Mhm.
She's won
undefeated
the
at
title.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, she's won the title
Won
at
the Women's
WrestleMania 2
Royal
years in a
Rumble.
row. Yeah.
So gotta roll with that.
My
What?
feelings are about to get hurt this next round, but I get it.
Will, clean
I'm
sweep.
gonna-
Yay or nay?
Yeah, for sure. Bianca. My argument was going to be in the last round when me and Matt were going at it was going to be that this is based off of the last year's work. So going back when Hikaru Shida was the champion would have been great then, but we're just looking at this finite time of work over the last year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Or just whoever you like.
I was gonna say, are we though?
I'm saying yes because you can use that as a criteria. There's no wrong answers in your criteria.
That's why I
Thank
was
you.
saying. Oh, okay.
All right. Bianca Belair.
Well
then.
agreed.
Bianca
For sure.
Belair. Next
No,
one.
Carmella did win 2 women's Money in the Bank ladder matches.
That's true, which is
Mhm.
why she's here. I'm gonna let you know right now. It was between Carmella and Dakota Kai, and I chose Carmella. I made the tough choice of including either Dakota Kai or Carmella. I thought she deserved it a little bit more than Dakota, even though she is a former tag team champion. Next up, Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss. Matt, I'm gonna let you get on the floor here and make a case for who you think should advance and try to sway the judges before they make a decision.
I love Alexa Bliss. I can't. It's the man versus someone that everyone but me shit on for what was an awesome character that no one appreciated, and I can't really go against the man. So,
Excuse me.
All right, TC.
Oh no, come on, man.
Oh, he's wearing the shirt. Come on now.
Will.
I'm going to surprise everybody here. I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss based purely off of the... no, I'm just kidding. Fuck yeah. Becky Lynch, hands down, without a doubt.
I'm
Allison.
really excited.
Okay.
Sorry,
That would have made
Katie.
things interesting.
I love Alexa Bliss. I honestly like Becky is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but like, I agree with Matt that people don't appreciate Alexa Bliss's character. Like, crazy Alexa Bliss was perfection. Like, it was fantastic. Like, I want them to go back to her. Like, maybe not with the doll, but like that whole thing was amazing. So like, yeah, Becky is phenomenal, but I think like Alexa Bliss is like that next thing. Becky's still great, but I want to see more Alexa. So I know she won't win, but for that, I'm giving Alexa my vote because I want to see more of her. Becky, I feel like it's the same story interchanged with other people. Like, I'm the man, and I'm going to fight this other person who thinks that they're the best. It's just, they just regurgitate her same 3 storylines over and over again, and they are always reinventing Alexa.
You know what?
Alexa does have far more range.
Before Katie goes, because she's gonna determine if this is a tie or not. Okay.
Okay.
If Katie were to go with Alexa Bliss, and you can make an argument that Becky Lynch is essentially doing the same character, like Allison said, I'm liking all the points that Allison just made. In the event of a tie, that tiebreaker goes to Matt, and he can push his agenda if he wants to. So I've decided to give Matt the tiebreaker, or me and Matt alternate depending on the matchup. So Katie, if you want to give Matt a vote in this tournament, you can go with Alexa. If not, you can make it a 3 out of 1 and advance Becky Lynch.
First and foremost, how fucking dare you put this pressure on me? Rude.
You just made it. Katie's not going to sleep the rest of the night because of this
No,
interaction
it's
right now.
literally 12:22 already, so we're off to a great start. I'm not getting sleep now. Nat, I love you, but I love Alexa, but Becky.
I tried,
mean-
Matt. I tried.
I know. Hey, I mean, that was me last round trying to give Sheeta some love, which
Okay.
everyone yelled at me.
I
So shut up, Vince. But Alexa, I agree. Love spooky dark bliss. That was fun. I was about it. Everything except Mania. But I don't know. Becky, ever since her match with Bianca at last year's SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
I think. And like after she came back, I don't know. It's just something sparked in it again with me. So I'm gonna go Becky.
All right.
I
Becky Lynch.
100% would have pushed Alexa Bliss through too,
I know.
just for it.
Oh, I know.
Becky Lynch. There'll be other opportunities, Matt. We have many matches.
Not for Alexa, there won't. She's done.
No, well, Alexa's done, but
Wow.
there's opportunities for you to get a vote.
Can we have a
Just like
runners up
this-
bracket?
That would
No.
Not
No,
today.
I gotta sleep,
Not
I gotta
today.
sleep sometime
not
tonight.
today, but we could do a runners up. We can do a follow up if you guys want to run this back. I'd be
I'm-
more than happy.
I'm looking at this women's bracket. I'm about to have my heart broken a lot. Fuck you, Vince.
Yeah, me too.
It's the way things worked out. Io Sky versus Bailey. TC, if you're there, you'll kick
He
us
went
off.
to get what's up.
He said,
Yeah, he
Okay.
said Matt to go for him this
look at the
round.
private chat.
Okay, Will, go for it.
Or-
Yeah, Bailey, Io Sky.
Looking at the complete body of work for 2022, you got to think about the fact that Io Sky wasn't really active a whole lot. Neither was Bailey. Both of them came back at SummerSlam. Both of them have had decent runs. Io Sky had a solid run as a champion, so that might give her the edge over Bailey. But in-ring work, Bailey is far superior. Talking wise, Bailey is far superior. Character-wise, Io Sky gets the edge. So I'm going to go Bailey.
Katie, we won't put you in an awkward situation. You'll
I
go
don't even
next.
know
What,
what
Matt?
happened there.
Either I wasn't listening or he just confused his fucking names because
did.
Okay.
Bailey
There
and Io
was-
Sky?
There was he was talking and it seemed like he was going EO and then he was like LOL JK Bailey.
Yeah, that's kind of what Will was doing there.
No, I was saying Bailey was a better worker. And
Yeah, that's
Bailey
why I'm
was a
confused
better
because you're fucking
talker.
crazy.
And Io Sky
Anyway.
was a better character. And then I said, but I was going to give the edge to Bailey.
Katie,
Well, only one of these women is a Triple Crown champion and a Grand Slam champion. And I mean, hey, we want some Bailey. Like, I mean, I love Io and I love Bailey. Bailey recently Damage Control as a whole, lackluster. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. It's been shit.
Damage control.
Yes. And mid.
Very mid.
And Bailey is actually fuck it. Io Sky, because she's actually been fucking winning.
thank you. Thank
going
you. I was
Io.
waiting for that. one. Thank you.
You're right. You gotta-
Allison, you're next.
I don't
Bailey or Io?
I don't particularly care for Bailey at all. I don't really think that she's that great on the mic. I don't really think that she's that great in the ring. That's my own personal opinion. It may be trash. I'm going Io Sky.
TC.
Dumps like a truck.
Stop.
All right, man. Am I the tiebreaker?
No.
No,
Well,
Oh.
if you go Bailey, Matt becomes the tiebreaker. If you say Io Sky, she advances.
All right, I'm gonna go Bailey.
Matt, go, man. You get a vote. Io
Just
Sky, Bayley.
solely on the fact that I think Will is absolutely insane in saying that Bailey is a better in-ring worker than Io Sky, and Io Sky is a better character than Bailey, and I feel like he's got that completely ass backwards. Io Sky.
All right. I'm happy there. My favorite advanced. That's-
Ew.
Not gonna lie, this is probably where I would have
Crazy.
used my veto. If Io Sky got eliminated in the first round, that might have been where my veto came into play.
So
This is
you're
like
just saying our opinion
CJ
is what matters.
McCullum and Lehigh beating Duke in like the what was it, the Sweet 16?
hmm
I think it was.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Asuka versus Candice LeRae.
This
TC,
is not fair.
we'll kick things off with you, man.
Bullshit.
Come on, dude. Oscar.
All right.
Hey, I'm not. I don't even have to go over accomplishments, bro. Like I honestly don't know what Candice LeRae has accomplished.
She's a tag team
She
champion.
married Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, that's about it. Tag team champion and fighting men, being complicit in Joey Ryan's crimes, shit like that. So
Ooh.
I'm not gonna get into that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Why would you even say his name?
Yeah, but yeah,
I thought you were
outside
just
of all
gonna say
that,
redacted once again.
Oscar.
Okay. Will, I'm
Asuka.
gonna go with you
Who's
here
ready for
because I want to get your opinion on this one.
Asuka is hands down the better worker, and the better talker, and the better character. Even at Candice LeRae's best in her PWG days, she wasn't as good of a worker as Asuka is now.
All right. Katie,
This is mean because I love Candace. Fuck you.
you can vote for Candice. You can.
No, it doesn't even matter. Because
But you should vote how your heart feels.
Yeah, you should vote however your heart feels.
I did that last time, and people yelled at me.
Guys, don't yell at Katie. We're not.
I'm sensitive.
Was it me? Did I yell at you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, you might have. I don't know. I get yelled at a lot.
There was a lot going on that
It's
one.
literally 12:30. So, no, you know what? I'm going with my heart. Candice LeRae has been one of my favorite people for a long time, and I feel like she doesn't get recognition. And
Sure.
I want better things for her. Even I know Asuka's record overlaps Candice's by like 15.
Yeah.
I know that. I'm going with my heart.
Allison,
What is that?
where does your heart lie?
My heart is with Asuka
Ugh.
because we all know Asuka is the better worker.
Yep.
But like I can't wrap my head around Candice's character. It's just weird to me with the wings and the stuff. I just can't. But mostly because Asuka's just a freaking goat. So
All right. 3-1. Asuka advances in the
Sorry,
final
Katie.
part.
I have a
of the-
vendetta against Disney adults as well, so that also factored into my decision.
So that's why you hate me.
That's one of the reasons. Yes.
Next up, we're moving over to the SmackDown side of things. We have Charlotte Flair taking on Xia Li.
I hate her.
Allison, you can kick things off this time.
I will pick
Matt is
Charlotte.
in pain.
I will pick Charlotte Flair. I don't care what anyone says. She is my female goat. I love everything about Charlotte. I appreciate the fact that she took things from her father's gimmick and made it her own and still her own character, but she still like pays tribute to that Flair name. And I think that it takes a lot to get over as a second generation wrestler and not always have to live in that shadow. And I think she's done a fantastic job of making her career stand on its own with or without her last name. She's an amazing technical wrestler. Her mic skills could be better, but I still think that she is better than most on the mic.
Fair point. Katie, would you like to follow your heart here or your thigh here? or at least Xia Li's thigh.
I've mentioned many times already. I hate it here. Why the fuck did you do that? No.
Not by design.
No. It probably was because you're mean. I'm going Xia Li. Fuck it. I don't care. I know I'm gonna lose. I'm dying on a hill by myself. I don't care.
TC,
I'll die on that hill.
do you want to get on that hill with Katie on the Xia Li train?
He's not going. He's not going on the hill with me.
I'm not. I'm just tell y'all that right now. I'm not. I don't think I have to advocate for Charlotte Flair either. So
no, just woo.
As long as we're not advocating for that shitty ass moonsault.
Oh no, that's I don't like that.
Everyone
Will.
Worst moonsault in wrestling.
Will, does the worst moonsault deterred from Charlotte Flair advancing and give your vote to Xia Li? Do you tie things up? You give Matt a vote.
From the South. Talking about.
This is just pointless.
Well, the thing here to remember is you could put Charlotte Flair in a top 32 bracket of the top 32 working men in WWE and put Charlotte Flair in as the number 32, and she could still hold an edge even in the men's division if you talk about in-ring work, character work, and mic skills. I think she is an equal competitor. She is one of the few women on this list that is not a great women's wrestler. She is just a great wrestler.
If it makes you feel better, Katie, I'm with you on body over body of work. So
I'm almost tempted to use my veto and advance Xia Li just for shits and giggles. But it's either that or Shotzi.
Don't just.
yeah, no, save it for the next round, please.
Charlotte Flair advances over Xia Li. Next up, we have Shayna Baszler versus Shotzi Blackheart. Katie,
You may have just ended mine and Matt's friendship.
Can you eliminate
Like,
them both?
Are you going to just use the veto anyway? Because like we just going to just talk about this, and you about to advance her anyway. So
I only get one veto that I can use between now and prior to the Elite Eight. If I don't use it before the Elite Eight, it goes unused. So it's out there. I may not even use it.
Man, fuck you, Jesus.
Okay, Katie's taking a minute. I think we're just gonna give her some time to process and get her thoughts together. TC, why don't you kick us off?
This is hard because neither one of them have really done anything to
Warrant being on this list.
not even that. I don't know how to advocate for either of them. Just off of that alone.
Do you want to pass your vote on to the Warden Matt Ritter?
I already know how he voting, so no, I don't want to do that. If I know how he voting, I'm gonna vote the opposite. So I'm gonna just vote Shayna.
That's what.
Allison.
Can I eliminate them both? And we just move Charlotte on.
Well, that might be a foregone conclusion in the next round. We could do that next round, but we have to pick someone here.
And since that's the case, allow me to advocate for Shotzi. When you look at them, one is best buddies with Ronda Rousey, tied to Ronda Rousey, locked down with Ronda Rousey.
Fair.
One has absolutely zero personality on the mic or in the ring. The other one, at least, is chock full of personality and will put herself in various. She is the female Jeff Hardy. So if you love Jeff Hardy, you have no reason not to love Shotzi Blackheart.
I am going to
send
pick.
your vote, TC, if you want to. You can.
I am going to pick Shotzi only because I cannot stand Ronda Rousey, and I can't because of it. I can't stand Shayna Baszler. There are lots of things to not like about Shotzi. However, I do think in this situation she's definitely better overall than Shayna.
I can't think of a single reason not to love Shotzi.
Okay, so we have one for Shayna and we have one for Shotzi. This might be where
I got a question. I got a question.
Yes.
If you love Jeff Hardy, then you have to love Shayna Baszler. Not Shayna Baszler, Shotzi Blackheart.
That's correct.
Then what are we saying the opposite way around it?
Shotzi has tits and Jeff doesn't, so that doesn't work the other way around.
I mean, he might now. I don't know what his workout regimen is looking like.
Oh, damn.
Will, we're gonna go with you, and then Katie, you'll be last. Actually, no, never mind. Well, we're gonna save you for last. Katie, do you want to advocate for Shotzi here and go with Allison?
Yeah.
Perfect. There you go. That's kind of
Do
what I went
do you
with.
want to cover it or no? Because
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's why I went with you instead of Will, because I knew Will was going to give us a soliloquy about Shayna Baszler.
Well, I mean, Allison said it best. I'm gonna go on a little one anyways. Shayna could be doing so much better than Ronda. That's the whole point here. If we got NXT Shayna back, fuck yeah, Shayna over Shotzi. Sorry, man, but like,
over biting.
I just want to take a makeup wipe to her eyes and just wipe it all
Shotzi has a
off.
tank. Guys, Shotzi has a tank.
See,
Shayna,
that's the thing I don't like about her.
I love
What?
I love a good tank. But like I said, if this was NXT Shayna kicking ass, taking names, running a division, hell yeah. But Ronda's lackey, the White Claw of human beings lackey, no.
She's a natty light, not even a White Claw.
I would also like to make the argument, Katie, that if we're going with NXT Shayna and we go with NXT Shotzi, I would argue that NXT Shotzi is still much more entertaining and adds more to the product than the Shayna from NXT.
I am picking NXT Shayna definitely over Shotzi.
All right. Will, do you give us a tiebreaker and know the results anyway? Or do you go with Shotzi? Do you go with Shayna here?
This reminds me, it's very reminiscent of the 2020 election. So I'm going to go with Shotzi because I have to pick the lesser of two evils.
And are you doing that only solely because you know Matt's the tiebreaker? He's going to pick Shotzi anyways?
I thought you were the tiebreaker next. I did the last tiebreaker.
No, I wanted to give you the opportunity based
I
on...
appreciate that.
Yeah, I said it would be determining on the matchup, whoever it favors more. So regardless, I think Shotzi was going to advance. So there we go. In an upset, somewhat, Shotzi advances over Shayna Baszler.
I'm not upset.
Someone is.
Also,
Speaking
we need a little Filipino love on this list for Just, who's
exactly
in the chat. So.
100%. He met her at
representation.
He met her here in Chicago. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey.
Do we need to even discuss it?
Allison, Katie, you guys go first.
I saw Liv Morgan beat Ronda Rousey in person.
So did I. We witnessed that shit. Liv Morgan wins.
I guess everyone's going Liv. Will, are you saying any different?
No, I don't like Ronda. She's terrible.
Fuck a bitch named Ronda.
I love this. This is why you guys are my people. Liv Morgan in the clean sweep. The fastest elimination we got all night.
I can't wait.
Let me explain.
No.
I can't wait for this one.
Let me explain real quick.
God.
So Rhea Ripley, I moved her over to the SmackDown bracket to give Carmella a slot, and also because she's technically challenging for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and she may be designated SmackDown along with Judgment Day after Mania.
I mean, will be? The fuck? Come on.
I don't want to speculate. Rhea Ripley, Natalya, clean sweep. Anyone make an argument?
If anybody
further?
fucking says Natalya, I'm throwing hands.
I mean, she is a time traveler.
No, because that's fucking why PC's gonna pick Natalya, because his goddamn theory.
Our theory is correct as far as I know.
To be fair, it is TC and Mai's theory. It was sparked between the two of us in a conversation.
Okay.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll with
No. Stop.
Listen, Natalya may be a time traveler and may have dirt on Vince McMahon.
Natalya the boat.
But Natalya does not have.
And she's thinking.
That is
who got the
Jesus
better
makes
OnlyFans.
a very valid point.
Natty has Jenny as a sister. Rhea doesn't.
We're not talking about Jenny because Jenny's the
Listen,
superior Neidhart.
use your own personal criteria, whichever that may be. Whoever they're related
love
to.
Rhea Ripley, ergo Rhea Ripley.
Will?
Don't you
It's a
dare.
former
I will
Divas
reach
champion
across
we
the
talking
table and
about
smack
here.
you.
Former SmackDown Women's Champion, the most wins all time in women's
She
wrestling
spent
history.
more time in the Royal Rumble collectively than any other
Than
competitor.
any other woman.
Will,
What?
dude.
You know what?
Don't do
She was the granddaughter of Stu Hart, Stampede Wrestling,
Don't
Big
lose
Cat
my-
Wrestling, multiple
The
times.
niece
Just
of
kidding.
Bret
Of course, I'm
Hart?
gonna pick Rhea Ripley.
The niece of
You had
We're
Katie
honestly gonna
sweating.
fight. We would have fought.
I
Oh,
love you,
God.
Katie. There's not a
I mean,
chance I'd break
would
your
have
little
gone to a
heart.
tiebreaker, and I don't see, unless Vince wanted to be a dick, either of us actually going with Natalia, so you would have been safe.
So, okay, Allison,
I
Rhea,
didn't get the vote yet, by the way.
you said Natalia.
I didn't say
You
Natalia.
didn't.
Okay, TC, what's your
I was
vote?
making the case for Natalia, but Will kind of stole my thunder. I was definitely about to do that exact thing. So,
Oh,
I don't
I
know
thought
what's
you were
going on
setting
anymore.
me up, TC. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I could have. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
we'll consider it an assist. It's all good.
My bad.
All right. So clean sweep Rhea then.
I didn't vote.
Allison.
I'm just kidding. I just kidding.
She comes back. She's like Natalia.
Okay,
Natalia.
so
I would have changed
assume-
my vote.
Assuming TC and Will were serious and give votes to Natty, and Matt trying to be weird and give it to Natty because she has
No.
Jenny
He
as
would
a
never do
sister.
that to me.
No.
Assuming that would play in, this is where I right the wrongs and use my one and only veto to advance Rhea Ripley over Natalia. Should the unfortunate were to happen, but
The closest Natalia was getting to advance into this tournament is the fact that Allison's kind of dressed like her tonight. Other than that,
Don't hate.
NXT side of things, the NXT champion Roxanne Perez versus Sol Ruka.
Oh yeah, that's
Ooh.
gone.
That's an easy pick. Yeah.
Okay, Allison just said who. I feel that's a little disrespectful, but that's okay.
They don't watch NXT like me.
I know, it's okay.
So we don't watch
It's
NXT
okay.
unless we're on Smacking It Raw because that's the only one of the shows that makes us.
Hey, I mean,
I
Sol
paid
Ruka's
attention to the
great.
champions.
well, yeah.
Right.
Roxanne's had hell of a year, rookie year.
Yeah, rookie of the year.
I watch plenty of indie wrestling. I don't need to watch NXT.
I was gonna say, to be fair, there is no requirement to watch NXT or any other show. It's just you come and talk about what you watched in the week of wrestling.
Yeah,
you
I
can talk
mean,
about indie
Vince
shows
doesn't
and
watch
NWA all day.
Wrestling like half the weekend comes on the show every week.
Hey, listen. This is my show. This is not Smacking the Raw. We're not going to talk about my transgressions on other podcasts.
I like to be prepared and for the
All right.
competition.
TC, like anyone, just like show of hands, Roxanne Perez.
That's because I'm gonna go with Sol Ruka because I found out she was black. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's a sound argument.
Well, Roxanne Perez moves on because via majority. So
I mean,
next,
Soroka's finish is fucking awesome, though. I will
oh,
give it
that's
up.
yeah, it's hard. It's
Cora
hard.
Jade, JC Jane.
I really thought you were gonna do like Gigi and JC and do another. Oh, just kidding. They're not a tag team anymore.
Yeah, I like I said, I didn't actually choose the brackets. These were based on
Yeah,
who
I
got
know.
voted in most.
I know.
It almost worked out that way. But yeah, Cora Jade, JC Jane. Matt, do you want to make a case for anyone here in particular to sway our judges?
One was part of the most dominant faction in NXT to this point, was probably the most anticipated match on the Paramount TV special that Roadblock was. And the other hasn't really done shit but been in the shadow of Roxanne Perez since Roxanne showed up.
But couldn't
Yeah.
you say that JC was just in the shadow of
And
Maybe
broke
right.
the fuck out.
not
Nobody
until after she was
Heard
gone,
be
though.
Shawn Michaels in that situation.
Also true.
I don't know. To be
No,
determined.
she was though.
To be determined. In the
No,
long
like-
run. To be
Like,
determined.
literally, she was in that
When is
situation.
Cora
she was.
Jade really done? Like
Yeah,
at
she's
all?
been off. She's been off TV for months.
Isn't she
She
hurt?
fucked
Like-
Braun Breaker. That's about it in the last year.
Yeah, she'll show up on TV here and there just to like cut a promo, like squash match here and there, and then she's gone again. Even before then, I wasn't really seeing the appeal. She turned heel, still didn't see it. Roxanne's overshadowed her in every single way.
JC, not
Yeah, I'm
Roxanne.
going with JC.
okay, because you said Roxanne, you kind of lost me.
No,
there
I
for a
think he
second.
was
No,
making a
he
comparison
was-
between
I'm
the
talking
two.
about Cora. I'm talking about
Okay,
Cora.
all right.
Roxanne has overshadowed Cora every single way. So
Okay,
JC
okay.
Jane is completely.
We knew what he was talking about.
I'm following the line
We
now.
knew.
Will.
JC Jane. Easy pick. She's had a better year than Cora Jade. Cora Jade's been relinquished to that like secondary tier of superstars. I feel she hasn't really
Okay.
been pushed.
Yeah. All right, Allison.
I'm gonna go with Jason.
All right, that's a sweep. Moving on. The other half of Toxic Attraction, Gigi Dolan versus Alba Fire. This is a little bit tougher, I feel like. Allison, we'll kick things off with you.
I'm gonna go with Gigi Dolan.
Okay, fair point.
Alba just from what I have seen, Alba is too new-ish for me to really want to like her. And I don't know, her gimmick's a little weird. Like, she's a great worker, but overall I think Gigi is the better wrestler and like on the mic and stiff.
She is a former NXT UK Women's Champion.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of that, so based upon my
training.
experience, I am picking Gigi.
Jesus says he goes for the redhead.
And I mean, can you not pick that ass? Like,
Okay.
One
Will.
could argue being NXT UK champion is like being drafted the Minnesota Vikings and playing in the European League.
Jesus.
I mean, Alba's great, but I just don't know enough about her yet.
Well,
Gigi Dolan. She's had a better year. Alba Fire had a fantastic feud, but this is going to be the catch, though. She was the one that did the weird poisony thing with the referee, right?
yeah.
Wasn't
Well, that was-
her?
That was Isla Dawn.
No, that was Isla
Yeah.
Dawn.
Oh, okay. Well,
Isla.
I take it back. I still pick Gigi Dolan, but fair enough. But I thought Alba Fire was the one that did the silly poison thing with the referee. Alba Fire had a great run in NXT UK, but yeah, I don't watch enough NXT to feel like I have a viable choice on this.
One could argue that was Kaylee Ray and not Alba Fire if you want to use kayfabe. Katie?
Are you kidding me? It's fucking Gigi Dolan. Come on now.
I know. I just need to hear an answer because then I get accused of not letting people get their vote in. So TC, final say here. Any love for Alba Fire or Gigi Dolan sweep?
Man, so Alba Fire, I always use to push my agenda as she is the longest reigning women's champion in WWE history because there may or may not be somebody above her that I don't recognize personally.
Nope.
So all credit to Alba Fire / Kaylee Ray. However, like she's been on, dare I say it, a loser for pretty much the last like year and a half or so since she's been in NXT.
Yeah.
So I gotta go with Gigi Dolan.
All right, Gigi Dolan sweep. Matt's satisfied. Next
Wow.
one, Indy Hartwell versus Meiko Satomura.
Rude. Poor Indy.
Katie, would you like to begin?
It's Mako. It's Mako Satomura. She's the final boss. You know, a match that could have happened to Sam Deliver that happened.
What happened at Roadblock?
No, I'm not getting into this fucking bullshit again.
Jesus in the chat.
I know he
Don't
is.
do it.
It's Mako. It's Mako Satomura.
TC,
I lost my
Mako.
pen.
Allison, Will, do you guys want to make a case for Indy Hartwell at all?
No.
Damn.
Meiko Satomura advances. So
I lost my
let's go. We got Julia versus Vicky Dreamboats in the first matchup. The Stardom champion versus the Indie Darling that was suggested by Allison. Allison, I'd like for you to make your first case here.
Can Will do it?
No, I want you to go first.
No, he can like rattle off her stats better than I can. That's the only reason.
All right, fine. Well, you get the assist.
Gorilla
This is
Monsoon
really
is not a female
unfortunate.
wrestler.
It's not, stop it.
What do you say?
Gorilla Monsoon's not a female wrestler.
Vicky Dreamboat got a really unlucky draw to go against Julia here, a former Stardom or current Stardom Women's Champion. Vicky Dreamboat
Current.
is An
Damn, look at
AEW
Katie.
Dark Darling. She's appeared there a few times. She's held various territory gold around the Southeast, including an MEW Women's World Title and an Action Women's World Title. Coastal Championship Wrestling out of Florida, CCW. She is the one of the head trainers in their female division underneath Gangrel, if you remember that guy.
The vampire one.
Yeah. So although as great as Vicky is, putting up against one of the standing world champions in a major promotion, it's not really a competition on account of I'm the one of the 6 people on the screen. I'm probably the only person that's seen a Vicky Dreamboat match.
That's what I'm trying.
Well, besides you.
A
Yeah.
third of the crowd has seen
Yeah.
her matches. TC, Katie, either or
DC.
either or whoever.
I mean, I gotta consider, love to the champion. So I'm gonna roll with Julia.
All right,
I have no idea about any of these women here.
it's okay. You don't have to make it. Like you could admit it.
That
Katie,
is not how
you
spell
actually.
Julia.
What?
That's how she spells her name. Okay, Katie, you went and got stats. Do the stats lie? Julia advancing here. Is she like the clear cut favorite?
Yeah, I mean, current World of Stardom champion, former Goddess of Stardom champion, former Wonder of Stardom champion, former Artist of Stardom champion. It's Julia.
All right.
Facts.
I love that Katie came in with all these facts.
I had a little bit of downtime.
Azumi versus Starlight Kid. And these are
I'm
actually
sorry.
what-
Hold on. Go back. What did you just say?
Azumi.
Those are initials, bro. That is not a name. Versus the Light Bright Kid.
Go ahead, break him.
God damn it.
I love you, Matt.
Love you, Matt. Love you,
That's
Matt.
why he's here.
It's one of the reasons you're here. It's one of the reasons we wanted you here. But that's how she pronounces her name, regardless of if these are just initials or not. Mercedes Monet got
My cat
lit
gets
up.
zoomies.
That's what happens when the kittens have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. They get the zoomies.
Oh,
Is it
God.
the bathroom or they just have a shit ton of energy because they had?
Both.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Who wants to take a crack at this one? Katie?
Okay. Azumi. AZM. I'll just call her AZM. It's easier. She is the current high speed champion. Again, I did research.
She's on
And
speed.
yeah, she's on speed. Not only that, she was the Artist of Stardom champion 3 times. And I know she's super young from what I can remember hearing, like up and coming. So based off that and the fact that she's a current champion, I'm going to AZM.
Is this just a female variant of the Flash? Her name is Azumi, and she is the high speed champion. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Stardom is essentially the best way that you could describe their booking of their story is wrestling anime. So for all the intents and purposes, she may just be. I am not well versed in Stardom as much. Will, do you want to take a crack at one of these?
I'm going to go with the Star Bright Kid.
Damn it.
Allison?
I'm gonna pick who Katie tells me to pick because I don't know who either of these people are, nor do I know anything about them.
Bakley's in the chat. He's saying that Azumi is fighting Mercedes Monet on April. So there's that. She
She is the number 1 contender for the IWGP.
Yeah, I'm
Women's
gonna
World.
pick Izumi because I guess her credentials are better.
currently, yes.
I like to think of
Everybody.
this person as like a little like Japanese female version of Stardust. That's what I think of when I hear Starlight Kid.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
TC, I know you're not well versed in either of them. Do you just want to like make
Just guess?
that pick or something?
Starlight Kid's name is cooler.
Yep.
All right,
So
Matt, it's up to you. Who do you want?
I'm trying to figure out which one's gonna piss Warren off more. So
That I actually
based off that criteria, because I don't. You said your rank. I don't know how these rankings go, especially for this. So I'm gonna go with the Light Bright Kid.
All right, Starlight Kid advances. into the next
Love
round.
me a light bright.
Oh my god. All right, let's see here. Can I get this to scroll back up? No, I'm having the technical difficulties.
Technology, man.
Well,
What
that's
even
all right.
happened to this list?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I know there's more.
Did you
to this.
break it?
No.
Oh, Vince broke it.
Give me 1 sec, guys.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, what
You
the
guys
hell
like-
is going on?
Would you guys like me to go get my light bright? I have one unopened.
Unopened.
From what year? It might be worth some money.
No, it's not old. I bought it for Kate. She wanted it, and then she never opened it, so it's just been sitting. Oh, there we go.
Okay,
Hey.
Kyrie versus Tam Nakano.
I'm pretty sure that's Nakano like bull.
Mhm.
Tam Nakano. Okay. I don't know if Matt's messing with me or if he's
No,
genuinely
I think
trying to help.
I think
Nah,
it's
Do you
yeah.
not know who Bull Nakano is?
Please don't
Yes,
say
I
you.
know.
Vince, you
Okay.
fucked it up again.
It's okay. It's okay. It's
Stop
okay. I
doing
got it.
it.
Stop talking it.
No,
That's
no,
what she
we
said.
got more here. We got more here. Okay, so yeah, Kyrie versus Tam Nakano. That I'm gonna pronounce it how
You said it wrong again.
Oh, here we go.
Don't be disrespectful.
All right.
That's my
All
job.
right. All right. Who do we have here, guys? And Matt's right. Say it one more time for everyone.
Tam Nakano.
Tam Nakano versus Kyrie.
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 Coyote.
Okay.
Or
Fair
her,
enough.
her.
Pirate, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Pirate.
All right. Fair enough.
They did maybe have the women's match of the year though, like 3 days into the year.
Yes, that was the match at Wrestle Kingdom
Yeah,
right before Mercedes showed up.
correct.
Oh, I was like, what? I thought you were talking about Kyrie and Mercedes. I was like, that didn't happen at Wrestle Kingdom.
What does the
I'm not going to do that to Vince.
We can do that in the post
Oh, God.
We can do post stream stuff. Okay, so Kyrie is advancing here,
Woo.
and I'm gonna zoom out one more time
Again.
so we can get the last one, which is Mercedes Moné versus Kylie Ray. I threw her in here because
Damn. Wow. Kylie Ray had a good run, I guess, but goddamn.
I wanted to include. I thought whoever was going to be included here was going to be a clean sweep, so I thought I'd throw an honorable mention to someone. You know,
I mean, do we?
does anyone want to make a case for Kylie Ray besides me? Don't all go at once. No, Mercedes Moné, it is.
Yeah.
Advancing to the next round.
This is where you use your veto, right?
No. I'm okay. with
Imagine.
it. Of
Why
all
would you
things.
do that?
So we're just gonna continue on here, and we have Mercedes Moné going on against Kyrie.
Oh, we're going. Okay, we're not going. Okay.
No, we're just gonna go in serpentine order. So now we're gonna go in reverse, and then we're gonna finish off with the second round of Impact. Since we're already here, it makes no sense to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who wants to go first?
Not me.
Okay, I'll volunteer someone. TC, go first. Who do you?
Is this even a
Man.
question? Like, don't get me wrong, Kyrie's great, but come on.
Yeah, if
She's
I'm
not.
going off of like recent history, then yeah, we're gonna go with Mercedes.
Okay. All right. Will.
Kyrie left WWE to go to Japan to be with her husband, who came to America to win a New Japan Strong title and wrestle in the States. So I'm going to pick
God.
Mercedes.
Basically, I've made choices. As you can see, not many of the judges knew a lot of these Stardom competitors, so I kind of had to include people they know.
I've
So,
heard that name.
yes, as have I. So, Allison, Katie,
Mercedes. Kyrie's cool, but you know,
no love for the pirate.
Listen, I made a TikTok of her to the Pirates of the Caribbean music because I couldn't not do it.
It's,
Right.
It's just right there. I mean,
It's just right there. I had to. Like I saw her come out at that match with Mercedes. I was like, what the hell? So I had to do it. But no, Kyrie's amazing, but she's not Mercedes.
All right. Katie, any love for Kyrie here?
I mean, it's kind of hard to not bank on Monet.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Love what you did there.
I will say for Bakley, a little shout out to the left off. May you want some tummy.
Fuck.
Matt, would you like to announce the next matchup?
It is going to be Gorilla Monsoon versus the Light Bright Kid.
Terrible.
Gorilla
Julia
position,
versus
is that better?
Julia versus Starlight Kid. Yes.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
well. I did both pronunciations just in case people weren't sure. Will, we'll kick things off with you here.
Julia, she's currently standing as a world champion.
All right. Allison.
Julia, because sure.
Katie.
Julia, because she's standing as the world's champion.
TC.
Repeat it.
Julia, because she is standing as the current world's champion.
Hey! Good job,
Perfect.
Will.
Okay. Next up, we have Gigi Dolan versus Meiko Satomura. TC, we'll start off with you.
I did call her Make Me Sad No More for a little while.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, it was funny. Recent accomplishments considered Gigi Dolan.
Fantastic. Allison.
Gigi Dolan, because I know who she is.
Katie.
Sorry.
Gigi
sorry.
the ass.
That
You're welcome, guys.
Will.
I'm gonna go with Gigi. It's an easy pick.
Wow.
Once
Clean
again,
sweep.
Wow.
Clean sweep. I was not expecting that. I thought we'd get at least a tiebreaker and then Gigi would advance because Matt gets the tiebreaker. So Gigi
Have you
Dolan in
gotten
the
any
clean
tiebreakers,
sweep.
Or are you just giving them all to Matt?
At this point, I'm just going to give them to Matt as I see fit because it's Gigi Dolan. So Matt should get a say here.
Listen,
So-
I have seen some pictures of Gigi Dolan that would have her win this entire fucking tournament. Let me tell you that right now.
Let's talk about her former tag mates. JC Jane versus the current NXT champion Roxanne Perez. Allison.
I'm gonna go Roxanne Perez.
Will.
JC Jane.
Katie.
Roxanne Perez.
TC.
Yeah. Come on now, Roxanne.
All right. I was about to say, I just out of curiosity.
Roxanne Perez, dog.
Love the Booker T, by the way. Matt, if you were to put in a tiebreaker situation here, would you have picked?
Roxanne Perez.
All right, I was just making sure. You guys were gassing up JC Jane in the previous round.
Well,
I thought
yeah,
you might
'cause
Over
had
Cora
to.
Jade, yes. Not
All
over
right.
current NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez, who just defeated Meiko Satomura, the final boss, who has probably one of the best rookie years in NXT of any women's wrestler.
aside from maybe Asuka.
It's hard to really consider that her rookie year, though, because Asuka was fairly well established out in Japan before she showed up,
That's
whereas
also true.
it was still pretty much her rookie year. I mean, she was like 20, 21 coming in and came in as former ROH Women's Champion, dropped the belt, came in and skyrocketed her way through NXT.
All right. I have to go open the door for Melissa. So, Matt, you go ahead and announce the next matchup since you can see it here.
This one is going to break Katie's heart. It is Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley, former tag team partners. Who would like to start with the current number one contender for the SmackDown Women's title and the person who should be main eventing WrestleMania at least one night, or the former SmackDown Women's champion in Liv Morgan?
I mean, you have to go with Rhea. Like, she's the best. Like, yeah, there's just no arguing. Like, I can't imagine a good argument for Liv over Rhea. Like, on the mic, in the ring.
Did you see those bathtub vignettes she did, though?
Yeah, still don't care.
That didn't happen this year. Come on now, take it easy.
You said whatever criteria I wanted to use, so I'm just giving criteria, all right?
Liv is a pretty face. She's not great on the mic. She's not great in the ring. Liv has made it as far as she has because she is pretty without any skill.
I would not go that far, but she's also a meme now.
She is
That
a
was
meme now
hilarious.
because that shit was fucking hysterical.
So right now, Vince, to get you caught up, TC and Allison have both voted Rhea,
Yes. Okay.
and that's as far as we are. So you're all caught up.
All right.
Welcome back.
Congratulations. You're welcome
Who
back.
wants to go next?
Well,
Katie.
okay.
It's a tough one for you.
No. Rhea has my heart and soul. I love Liv. I loved Liv for Brutality. Rhea S. Mommy. I want. No, you know what? That we'll save that for Friday. Rhea Ripley over. I said in the beginning, that's my agenda. Rhea Ripley to the end.
Okay. So we got 2 for Rhea,
3.
3 for Rhea. All right. So we're just gonna advance Rhea here. Is that-
Wow, Will doesn't even get to talk. That's crazy.
Wilberto, would you like to make a case for Live It All, or
No, I don't like Liv Morgan at all.
Okay, see that's kind of where this was going. Will, you get to go next, all right? So Rhea Ripley advances to the next round. Charlotte Flair versus Shotzi Blackheart.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, Matt.
oh boy.
I'm sorry, Matt.
I mean, Katie, you hate Charlotte, so you vote with your heart.
Oh, I know. I will. Don't worry.
You could have one of the greatest women's wrestlers and competitors of all time, or you can have the cute girl with a tank. So I'm going to take
I'd
the
take
wrestler.
the cute girl with the tank all day, every day.
I'm going to take the wrestler over the personality in this situation. So I'm going to
Katie?
go with Charlotte Flair.
Katie, you're up next.
I'm going Shotzi. Just for shits and gigs. I know I'll lose, but whatever.
Allison,
Charlotte.
TC,
What is the name of this tournament?
The women's wrestling.
Ugh.
Women's wrestling.
Boo.
Yeah, I'm going there.
Not
I
the
mean, it didn't
tank
matter
tournament.
last time, so I don't know why it matters now.
That's my pick.
all right. Charlotte Flair advances over Shotzi Blackheart. Next up, Io Sky versus Asuka.
Why, Vince?
The way the matchups landed.
Why,
and
Vince?
just,
It was all of us.
and just for that, Allison, you go first.
Damn.
It's gonna have to be Asuka because she's the overall better wrestler, in my opinion.
Okay. Well,
Asuka. Because Asuka had the run, and then she had the second run when she got to the main roster, and then she went back, and then she came back completely changed with Kana. So I'm gonna say Asuka has shown to have the better work rate over Io Sky.
Katie,
It's Asuka. Love Io, but it's Asuka.
TC.
Get them brooms out, man.
Damn. I am tempted to use my veto here.
Are you using the veto?
No,
Really?
no,
Okay.
I'm not going to do that. Bianca
Allison's
Belair
at least
versus
yours?
Becky Lynch. TC, you
Damn.
kick things off.
Really? Come on, dude.
Wow. Wow, that's fucked up.
All right.
Fine, you go last. Katie, you go first.
No, let me go
Oh,
first. Let me go
All
first.
right, all right, fine,
Wait,
that's
you
fine.
go first.
I thought he was
All right.
complaining.
I wasn't complaining. I was just saying. This is difficult for me. I adore both of these women. I got to see both of these women go 1-on-1 at SummerSlam. If you want to call it that. But
Yeah.
I gotta go with Bianca.
All right,
Becky
Katie,
took
now,
the L to Bianca last year at Mania. Like,
That's true. Katie, what do you got?
She is the EST for a reason. I'm going Bianca.
Will.
Bianca, because she's the only person not named Charlotte Flair that I think, she's the number 2 female wrestler in WWE behind Charlotte Flair.
Stop touching stuff.
EO did have a beef with Pentagon and
Yeah.
Lucha Underground. That happened.
Yeah.
That-
Kyrie was
that
there
did
too.
Yeah,
That,
for
that
sure.
all did happen. That is true.
Allison.
I'm going with my home state hero, Bianca Belair.
All right. So Bianca Belair advances to the next round.
Oh, she has this whole fucking women's wrestling year in a chokehold like she does Montez Ford.
Facts.
I don't see a problem.
I see no problems here.
None.
By the way, I seem to have made a mistake here, and we didn't actually do the ROH, so we're gonna do that real quick right
We didn't.
now. Athena versus
Wow.
Athena versus Faye Jackson. Who won? Katie, you start thinking.
Faye Jackson.
Faye
It's Faye
Jackson.
Jackson.
Faye Jackson.
I love Faye Jackson.
Mm.
over Athena. Okay.
I know I'm not going to sway one person on this committee because they just have a recorded history of not being a fan of Athena in any way, shape, or form. However,
that could be.
No, I don't know.
Something about her jeans and all sorts of shit. However, only one of these two women have made it to TV,
And it's current.
let
ROH
alone two
Women's
companies,
Champion.
and is current ROH Women's Champion.
Faye Jackson just had a comeback story.
Okay.
What'd she come back to?
My Instagram
Yeah.
feed.
Will.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Athena here for the reasons Matt just said.
Allison.
I'm going with Athena because I know who she is.
So we got a tiebreaker, which means that Matt gets to say here.
You take this one, Vince. I'm not going to let my bias get in the way. You take the tiebreaker.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Athena. She's the current ROH Women's Champion. I love Faye Jackson, but she's not the champion, and that's the argument you guys have been making this whole time. So Athena it is. Next up, Kira Hogan versus Sky Blue.
Kira
Matt,
Hogan
talk about
for the
the
same
battle
reasons
ass.
as the last round.
TC.
He just said.
Kiera Hogan for the same reasons as last round.
Okay. No, because I couldn't hear you.
my bad.
I lost audio on my end. Okay, so TC goes with Kira Hogan. Katie, are you going for the same reasons as well?
Well, yeah. Plus, Kira Hogan's actually held like titles on
Knockouts
TV.
tag team champion.
Yeah, twice.
All right. Allison.
Sky Blue is from Chicago, though.
That's true.
I'm not from Chicago.
I'm going with Kiera.
Will.
Yeah, I'll go with Kira Hogan here.
That's okay.
All right.
Sky's the future.
All right.
Yeah, she's the future.
Next up, Mercedes Martinez versus Sandra Moon. This is where we get things spicy.
Wait,
TC.
who?
Sandra Moon. TC.
Who?
Elaborate.
Oh, this is my bias pick, and I'm actually gonna have to jet after this one, but I do want to just push my agenda real quick. This is current Pride Style champion out of Las Vegas, Nevada, former Future Stars of Women's Wrestling champion out of Las Vegas, Nevada, former Party Hard, Party Monster champion out of Arizona, Las Vegas wrestling scene's own Sandra Moon. So this is where my bias gets in the way. This was my pick. If anybody feels the way I feel, I would appreciate it. If y'all are my friends, if y'all
I'm
care
gonna-
about me, y'all will push this agenda along with me for the remainder of this show.
I support TC's agenda.
I support TC's agenda.
Fuck it. I support TC's agenda.
Wow.
Yes, we just fucked Rhea Ripley's night up.
Wait, Rhea Ripley?
Yeah,
How? This is Mercedes Martinez.
because we're about to push Sandra Moon to the fucking moon.
No, we're not. No, we're not going that far. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm pushing
Thank you,
Sandra
guys.
Moon to the moon.
Well, with that being said, TC, before you sign off, why don't you plug where everyone can find you, find your content, find Young Kings Wrestling?
All Young Kings Wrestling content, merch, links to all the content and all the platforms available only at ykwrestling.com. It's a link tree, y'all. So keeps it simple. Keeps
sure.
it simple. Subscribe to the YouTube channel too if you have not.
Yeah.
Content coming your way soon.
What's the YouTube? What do you guys?
Young Kings Wrestling at YK Wrestling everywhere on social media.
Fantastic. Thanks again, TC. Matt will be taking over for you. Hey, thank you for joining us, man.
Yay, TC.
Thank you guys. Take
Thanks,
care.
CC.
Y'all have a good night.
Thanks.
Bye,
All
TC.
right. So we pushed Sandra Moon
To
to the moon in the next
for the-
round. Just for the next round. We have Serena Deeb versus Willow Nightingale, and I want to start with Katie here. Katie, make your case, and I feel like I know where you're leaning. If not, you might be torn.
I'm not necessarily torn because the fuck Serena Deeb be. I don't know. Willow Nightingale was on TV tonight. And Willow Nightingale is just a precious human being
Mm-hmm.
in every way, shape, or form. And I want nothing but good things for her. So I'm going Willow.
All right, Allison.
I think Serena Deeb is an amazing worker and is super underutilized. I mean, she's gone toe to toe with Diana and all of those ladies. So I'm going Serena.
All right, Will, make a case here.
However strong of a year Willow has had, and she has truly been the indie darling to come up and make her way all the way through to AEW and have a successful run there. Serena Deeb is one of the true workers on this roster, and if you look at her body of work as far as in-ring capabilities, she's one of the best women's wrestlers in this bracket.
Okay, Matt, you can either tie this and give me the tiebreaker, or give a clean advance Serena Deeb here.
I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. Anyway, I'm a little torn. I'm gonna go Willow Nightingale.
All right. So that means that the tiebreaker is up to me. Serena Deeb, Willow Nightingale. I'm going to go with who's hot currently, and I'm going to go with Willow. Just to see where things go in the next round. And that's exactly where we're going to go, because Willow is taking on in the next round Sandra Moon. Where do we go here? Katie, you're going to go first because you love Willow, but do you want to continue to push TC's agenda?
Do I want to push TC's agenda?
Do you love TC more than you love Willow? I guess is the question.
Well, TC's my guy. Okay, I'll push his agenda one more round.
Do we all push TC's agenda one more round?
No, I didn't agree to that shit.
That was
Willow
not part
Nightingale.
of the agreement.
We didn't
Allison?
we didn't push Sky Blue through because of where the fuck she wrestled out of. We ain't pushing. No.
Would you rather Will go first?
I can't. I'm gonna go with Willow.
It's fine. Why are you sad? It's okay.
I like people to like me.
TC
okay.
likes you plenty.
She
We
says.
all love you. Will, do you want to push TC's agenda here?
Yeah, I'm going to push TC's agenda one more round.
God damn, I'm stuck here. I'm torn. Why do you gotta push? No,
Well,
I
you'd have to be the bad guy.
Are you lying naked on the floor?
say what?
Are you lying naked on the floor?
Say that again.
Are you lying naked on the floor?
I am not.
Illusions never change into something real.
Are
I
you
don't know where you're
wondering?
going.
I understand. I understand.
I know you do.
Anyways, Vince, make a choice.
I'm going Willow, guys. I'm sorry, TC.
Oh, I'm telling TC. Ooh.
Yeah. I'm pretty much just going to have to tell him.
That's all right.
Ooh.
We did as much as we could. We got Athena versus Kira Hogan here. Matt, we'll let you start off because now you're an official judge.
I loved Ember Moon. I really hoped that when Athena came to AEW, she was going to do something and be part of a revolution that pushed women's wrestling in AEW to the forefront. And instead, she's on Ring of Honor. Kira Hogan for that ass.
Will.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Athena because she's a current holding reigning champion. She was an NXT champion. She had success in WWE. Kira Hogan has an ass.
And tag
Allison?
team gold.
Oh, okay. Sorry, one belt.
I'm gonna go with
Twice.
Athena.
Okay, Katie.
Kira Hogan.
God damn.
I
Ah, this is a tough because
I love this
they
game.
both got cake. I'm gonna go Kira Hogan. Just cause personal bias.
All I know is you've gone against Will and Allison almost every round, Vince, and I don't think this is going to be good for your relationship going forward.
Will, you need to talk to your mans, I guess.
We'll
that's
see.
fine. He could be a free thinker everywhere but the bedroom.
Speaking of which, Britt Baker versus Jade Cargill. We're gonna kick things off with Allison. Britt versus Jade.
You just look for the saddest person in the room.
I just randomly look.
Bullshit.
I don't want
Um,
Allison to be sad. I want her to like enjoy this process, even though it's difficult at times.
gonna have to pick Britt Baker. I don't wanna, but for obvious reasons, Britt Baker.
Katie.
It's Britt. She's actually being utilized and not have like 800 matches on Dark, an undefeated streak, and no memorable matches in the past year. She's been champion.
Matt.
I'll let Will go. Go ahead, Will.
Okay.
I reiterate the point that when you're bringing up somebody and you're building them as an unstoppable spectacle who's supposed to squash everybody she fights, you're not supposed to have memorable matches when you're building that story. That being said, I am going to pick the better worker of the two, which is Britt Baker.
All right, Matt. Do you want to make a case for Jade?
No, I don't. I said it last round when I tried to make a case for Hikaru Shida that, well, yes, you want someone strong to build up your mid card. She's been champion for fucking ever and has not done that. There still is no mid card but Jade. She is it. So she's not elevating the title or the mid card.
All right. Fair point. Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm, former champion versus current champion. Matt, we'll let you kick things off since you were the last one to speak.
I have a longer history with Tony Storm than I do Jamie Hayter, and I also have a running narrative that Jamie Hayter's ass is not real. It is an illusion. So I'm going to go Tony Storm.
Allison. Tough one.
I'm going Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter. Okay. I like that. Will, where do you go?
I'm gonna have to go current body of work. Looking at it, I think Jamie Hayter's on a hot streak that even Tony Storm can't top with her success that she had. Because since she has came over to AEW outside of the interim title run, she hasn't done a ton.
Tony Storm did have an OnlyFans though. Might still actually. If, that factors into anyone's decision making.
I mean, Tony may have an ass, but Jamie's got gold and momentum on her side. I'm sorry, Matt. I gotta go Jamie.
All right. Jamie Hayter advances. We have Taya Valkyrie versus Max the Impaler next. Will, we'll kick things off with you.
Taya Valkyrie has the resume and the repertoire and the in-ring ability plus the title reigns. I think she could have held her own in any of the other brackets that we would have put her in outside of the NWA. She would have held up in SmackDown, Raw, Impact. So Taya Valkyrie.
Okay. Allison.
Taya.
Katie.
Taya Valkyrie.
Matt.
Max the Impaler. I've never liked Taya Valkyrie. She's never done it for me.
All
Never
right.
got it. And when she was in NXT, she was stiff and awkward and terrible.
Frankie Monet.
Frankie Monet. Who remembers Frankie Monet? All right.
I do.
Well, we got Camille versus Allison Kay. This is a tough one, I feel like, but may not be. Matt, who do you want to go for here?
The only NWA champion worth anything, Camille.
Katie.
640 plus days as NWA Women's Champion, and the only person that's, like Matt said, like worthy of watching NWA is Camille.
Will.
She's currently ranked in the men's rankings, by the way. in the NWA rankings. She's like
That's-
number
that's
3
really
in
cool.
line for Tyrus.
Is that because there are no women in the NWA but her now?
That's also probably true.
Probably why she's had the title so long.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Season
go
40.
with the current holder of the Burke. I'm gonna go with Camille Brickhouse.
Okay.
I just learned what the Burke was the other day.
Same.
Allison, are you agreeing with everyone?
Yes, Camille.
Okay, so we'll go with you next in the next matchup. So Camille
Okay.
advances, and Bakley can rest easy. Deonna Purrazzo versus Jordan Grace.
This is a tough one.
This is really tough. I am going to pick Jordan
Chamomile tea.
because. Huh?
Jesus threw a pun in there. I'm sorry. Chamomile tea.
Oh. I'm going to pick Jordan because she is moving in an upwards direction where Deonna is kind of in a sunset direction in her career. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Deonna is amazing, but Jordan is that next thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, understand. Katie.
Jordan Grace, because she's out here scrapping with dudes on Impact, and I
Which
like
is what you want.
intergender wrestling. That's all I need. And I love Deonna. Like I said before, she kind of is the reason people started looking at the knockouts again. But I'm gonna go Jordan Grace.
Matt.
I'm going to go Deonna Purrazzo, and here is why. The only time I have been interested in Impact Wrestling in the last year was when I heard that Deonna Purrazzo was wrestling Roxy for the ROH Women's Champion. It is the only time I've tuned into Impact purposefully with the intent of watching something. So Deonna Purrazzo.
That he does make a true statement. That is the only time he has watched Impact.
Yeah. Well, you have the opportunity to tie this matchup up and leave it up to me or slide Jordan Grace through.
I'm gonna give it to Jordan Grace. I said that she'll be at the end of the year when her contract is up. She'll be one of the biggest stars in the free agent market.
All right. I could have used my veto here, but I feel like
That will
You
kill
know.
you.
no, not kill me. I feel like it's going to be useless regardless. So Jordan Grace advances here.
I'll be
Matt.
right back. I'm going to go Mickey James, and then you guys can do this round. And then the next
Fantastic.
round I'll go
I
last.
love the quickness.
Anyone?
Anyone else going with Mickey James?
Yeah, everybody I think is picking Mickey.
Yeah.
All right.
I was
Mickey-
just gonna try and like delay time to give Matt a chance.
Okay. That's
But
fine.
we can I don't even know where the hell's the rest of the what's that?
That's
That's where
it.
we started. We started with Mickey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we
at the
started
top
with
now. We're about to start moving back down.
This
We're in the
whole-
Sweet 16 now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sweet 16. Thank you, Will. You're keeping up. I love it.
I'm crossing people off.
No, in terms of like what round we're in. I know it's confusing because I'm doing serpentine style.
Yeah, the screen has like not made sense multiple times, so that's why I was very confused. 'Cause I was like,
It's
that's
all
not the
right.
top
It's all right.
screen.
We'll just focus on the matchup per matchup as they come along, Katie. And the matchup currently is Mickey James versus Jordan Grace.
I mean, Mickey James has a larger body of work,
Okay.
more championships, more companies, current champion. I'ma go Mickey James.
All right.
Matt, do you have milk and cookies?
I do. Also Mickey James, because Jordan Grace shouldn't have even made it past the last round.
Will,
Mickey James.
Allison.
Mickey James.
Okay. See, this is what I meant. Like, I could have used the veto and moved Deonna along, but I think she would have lost anyways.
Oh,
to
for
Mickey
sure.
James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think she would have lost.
Okay, Will, we're gonna kick things off with you. We got Taya Valkyrie versus Camille.
This is where I'm going to throw the wrench in the plan and go against myself up to this point because I think although Camille has had a hell of a run at 640 days as champion, Taya has had more success in the business. She's wrestled in AEW. She's wrestled in Impact. She's wrestled in MLW. She's wrestled in AAA and CMLL all in the last 12 months.
Okay. Allison?
I'm gonna
Camille
go with
or Taya?
I'm gonna go with Taya because I love her to death. Just think she's up.
Okay. Katie? Camille or Taya?
Hold on, I'm more. When did Taya wrestle for AEW? Because I actually don't remember.
She was
This
in
is
dark.
NWA.
Actually, I'll pull it up right now for you. Hold on.
It was a dark
It's like-
match.
Oh, because he said that, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it was a dark
I
match.
was like, when did this happen? Oh.
The 5 seconds her husband was probably in AEW.
No, I want to go Camille. I want to like I said, Camille's 640 plus days because NWA's women's roster is like to the ground, but she is holding a division on her own, I guess. So I'm gonna give it to
company,
Camille.
if you think about it.
She's basically holding the company together at this point. So I'm gonna give it to Camille.
Matt, do you want to tie things up and say Camille, or do you want to say Taya?
She's a brick house.
Alright,
Okay.
so I know who Matt's pick is.
So we're moving on and saying Camille. I'm the tiebreaker. I'm choosing Camille here. Sorry, Will. Like, and Allison, I'm not.
No,
trying to
you're
go
cool.
against
Right, he
you.
really does just
No,
go
it's really
every
fucked up how
time.
you're just going smacking it raw over botch spots and chair shots every pick, Vince.
It's kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up, Vince.
Funny how things worked out. Will, Jamie
This isn't a
Hayter,
fair fight.
Britt Baker.
Britt Baker's had more success over time than Jamie Hayter has.
Okay. Allison.
I'm going Jamie Hayter because I think overall she is the better worker than Britt is.
Katie. Push
Take
your
your choices.
narrative.
Do,
Agree.
do I go Britsburg? Do I go with my hometown girl? Do I go with it? I really love Jamie Hayter though.
What has Britt Baker ever done for you?
I met her. She was
Cool.
very nice to
You
me.
also met Britt.
I just
That's
said
what
that.
she said.
I thought you meant Jamie. I thought you meant.
No, I've
Jamie.
never met Jamie.
Oh,
She,
okay.
she seems like a sweet girl. DMD. Going Britt.
Mateo.
Hater. Hey, hater.
Oof. This is tough because I kind of want to use my veto here, but I won't. Jamie Hayter advances over
Wait.
Britt Baker.
Will went Brit. Katie went Brit.
It was a
Me
it's
and
a tie.
Allison went Hater. It's a tie.
Oh.
Now you're paying attention so.
Oh, damn. Okay, so then I have a toss up here. Chat, what should I do? Should I say Britt Baker or Jamie Hayter?
Jesus says Jamie.
Okay, Jesus does say Jamie. Bakley? Sway me one
You
way or
are-
another?
Also, weren't you just gonna push Jamie anyways? Weren't you just about to use your veto?
I
I
said
know
I
what
would
you
use my
said.
veto to push Britt forward.
Oh.
But
I
now
don't know. Your mouse hovered. I don't know.
it's all right. All right, everyone's saying Jamie Hayter, so I'm gonna say Jamie Hayter. The chat's deciding here. Okay.
I love.
I
both.
mean, Okay, yeah. I was going to say, technically, it was just Jesus voting twice, but Bakley also voted.
He just said Jamie and then waited and then said Hater.
Kira Hogan versus Willow Nightingale. Matt, take the reins.
That's actually kind of hard.
'Cause
I like
don't care
Kira.
about me.
No, I care about both of them. Willow is a great up and coming women's wrestler. She is fantastic. I've enjoyed her work in AEW and the stuff she's done. She is now linked into that top feud, the only women's feud that exists in AEW, with Saraya, Tony, all of that. She got involved in that tonight actually, and tag team with Ruby Soho. Kira was a baddie. Kira was I was hoping going to be the one to break away and break Jade's record and didn't. So based on just what they've done recently, I'm going to go Willow.
Katie.
I agree. All the reasons he just said. Willow's enthralled now in the feud for the women in AEW. I'm going Willow.
Okay. Allison?
Agree.
Oof. Will.
I'm gonna go with Willow.
Damn, plain sweet.
Yay, Willow.
I was kind of hoping Kira would advance here, you know.
You
But
have a
oh,
veto,
well.
Vince.
No, there's another side of the bracket that it needs my attention, and I need to save that just in case, because we have Bianca Belair versus Asuka next. And Will, I'll let you start.
Are you sure? Because I don't see that.
Sweet
I don't see
16.
it.
I'll see
Oh.
it.
Give me 1 second. Sorry. There you go. It's there now. Bianca Belair versus Asuka.
And you're sure the whole bracket's done this time? You didn't skip anybody? We're good? There's nothing at the
Yes.
bottom we need to go back and check?
Yes. If not,
Okay.
we'll go back.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, I guess.
Yeah, we'll go. We figure it out as we go along, man. That's kind of my mantra. Well,
Bianca, she's had a better year over the last 12 calendar months than Asuka has, although Asuka may have had the better career longevity-wise.
all right, Allison.
Bianca. I love Asuka, but again, Bianca is a great wrestler, not just a great women's wrestler.
Katie.
EST.
Matt.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to go with the woman that's winning at WrestleMania, Asuka.
Wow.
Regardless, the match is gonna fucking slap. I'm
That's
so
true.
excited.
That's true. Bianca Belair advances and is the sole survivor of the Raw bracket. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair, another WrestleMania matchup. Unintentionally, we got the WrestleMania matchup.
So I'm gonna settle this right now. Unless I'm wrong, Vince, you've got a tiebreaker here because you have two people who are probably going to vote for Charlotte and two people who are definitely voting for Rhea Ripley. Unless Allison wants to prove me wrong or Will wants to prove me wrong, but I have a feeling that's where their votes are going.
All right. Make your cases, judges. Who's
This
going
is really just a question of, do you prefer pro wrestling or do you prefer sports entertainment, Vincent?
Okay, I'm going Rhea Ripley.
I knew the answer before it happened.
I don't really like Charlotte
Wait,
like that.
hold on. Wait, stop. Allison, what was your vote going to be?
Charlotte.
Oh, okay. Because you said yes when he said he was going Rhea Ripley, so I thought you were actually going to vote Rhea.
No, I said Vince.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you
She's
said
like,
yes.
I mean, that's who's gonna win at Mania, anyways. Like, it only makes sense.
That doesn't make her the better wrestler.
and look, we got Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair, the matchup everyone also wanted.
To be fair, both of these women could theoretically wrestle in the men's division. I would argue Rhea is stronger. Rhea
has
is younger. Rhea has much more of an upside, and Rhea doesn't have a shitty moonsault.
Sorry,
because-
jokes.
At this point, you're looking at, do you go with someone's legacy based on their name or someone's potential?
I like
In my
Charlotte for her work. It has nothing to do with her
Yeah.
name. I
Yeah.
could care less that she's a Flair. I appreciate the things that she does to honor her family, but I like her for who she is, regardless of whether she's a Flair or not a Flair. I think that she is the better overall package. And that's my opinion. I love Rhea too. I just prefer Charlotte.
All right. Well, regardless of the fact, I was stuck with the tiebreaker, and I like Rhea more. And
I mean, Will didn't even answer. Will could have gone Rhea.
well, were you gonna say Rhea?
No, I was not.
This is really setting up like I'm favoriting Smack and Raw. over
And Will
Fox.
seemed really sad about this one too. Like he kind of looks depressed.
Let's perk him right up. Roxanne Perez versus Gigi Dolan. Will you go first?
I'm going to go with Roxanne, purely once again based on the titles won and the presence over the last year. When they did Final Battle in 2021 and she dropped the Ring of Honor title to Mercedes Martinez, I was really impressed with her there, and then when she got to WWE, I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go Roxanne over Gigi.
Didn't she drop the title to Deanna?
She did
Yep.
on Impact.
Yeah, right before she joined NXT.
I actually looked it up to make sure because for some reason I kept thinking it was Mickey James and I knew it wasn't. It was Deanna that beat her on Impact. That's the only reason I watched Impact.
And then
Deanna
Deanna dropped at Mercedes, then Mercedes
That's correct.
dropped it to Athena. Okay.
Because I remember Deanna became double champ
Double
at the time.
champ, yeah.
I'm pretty sure she was Reina de Reinas at that time too.
Possibly, yeah. Jesus says Matt and I should flash Will to make him happy. Is that something you would like, Will?
Always.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Katie?
Oh, I forgot we were doing this. As someone who had the title of Rookie of the Year, I'm gonna go with my other Rookie of the Year. Even though Gigi got that ass and I love Gigi Dolan, I gotta go Roxanne.
Allison, did you say your pick already?
No, I didn't.
Okay, what was your pick?
Roxanne.
Okay.
Roxanne. Sorry.
So Roxanne advances, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Regardless of what I say, yes.
Yes.
Because Matt was gonna pick Gigi.
Yeah, I know he was.
Fucking right, I was going to pick Gigi. Gigi should
I
win
know
the whole
you were.
tournament. I will send you pictures right now that will tell you.
If
why
we
Gigi
were
should win
doing
this
a
entire tournament.
best ass tournament, yes, Gigi would win.
Whatever criteria I want.
All of us have been going off of different criteria the entire time.
And then flipping back and forth on set
Exactly.
criteria.
We all just are. We're just like, yeah, we like this person, sure.
Exactly.
I do love Roxanne though, and I'm happy she made it. I'm really glad you guys did that, so I could vote Gigi because yeah,
You're welcome.
You wanted to give love to Gigi without jeopardizing Roxanne.
I would love to give love to Gigi as long as my wife didn't divorce me.
I don't have
Let's
a
get
wife.
some love
like
to the next matchup. We got Julia
Just
versus
click Mercedes.
Mercedes Moné.
Yeah,
Just click
yeah,
the name.
Just
Just-
click on Mercedes. Okay.
just go.
All right. So we are in the Elite Eight. I'm gonna stop sharing for now while I set up the Elite Eight bracket. In the meantime, Matt, why don't you plug Smacking the Raw that's coming up on Friday?
On Friday at 11 p.m. Central Time, because CST is the best time zone, you can find the Smack and Raw podcast live on twitch.tv/Creation World, youtube.com/Creation World, facebook.com/Creation World. We will be talking WWE, AEW, me, Katie, Vince, maybe a guest, maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, no, spitting and swallowing the weekend wrestling as we do every week, trying to make it as entertaining as possible, and enjoying our sports entertainment.
Okay. Katie, do you want to plug Shalit? You guys are going live tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm doing back-to-back shows tomorrow. Basically, Chilit. We're talking women's wrestling, things that happened at Revolution, wrestlers of the week. Today, women's wrestling history, a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I'm tired.
A bunch of stuff and things.
A bunch
A
of
bunch
Well-
of stuff and things. Yes.
Will, Allison, plug your stuff.
Well,
We are the dynamic duo that is Botch Bots and Chair Shots. You can follow us anywhere you do anything on the internet or botchbotsandchairshots.com. We make our triumphant return tomorrow night. I've got the Italian Dream Vinny Massaro on for an interview. We've got a daring night of trivia between Katie, Dan, and myself with Allison taking the wheel. Then Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time is the season 3 premiere of Botch Bots and Chair Shots. It's Anything Goes, and it's a She Elite takeover with Savannah, Y2 Garcia, and Katie Wrestling coming on.
oh my god, that's right.
You forgot.
Well, while
I
Vince is
knew
setting
there
that
was
up, and we're plugging botch spots and chair shots. Will, can you define vacation for me?
No, he
No.
can't.
I didn't do a episode or an interview for my channel
No.
or station.
No, you didn't post an interview.
She said, "I'm calling you out, motherfucker."
How many interviews have you done this week?
Does the show at Saturday count?
5. A whole hand. Also, I would like to talk about Jesus' comment. Yes, I did accidentally go live because it wasn't yesterday, it was a few days ago, because I was fucking around on OBS trying to fix all my settings, and I accidentally hit my hotkey to go live, and then I got the notification on my phone. I said, "Oh, oops." So it was just my inside the mind of screen. So I did accidentally go live, but
I was excited for a Rogue Sheely episode.
Oh.
And then I was sad when I clicked on
Yeah,
it and you
I
were
am
gone.
so sorry.
Just be happy you weren't filming that OnlyFans content and accidentally went live.
Oh my
I
god.
would
Could you
not be
imagine?
doing that at this desk.
Well, what you are doing at this desk, Katie, is judging these competitors, and we're finally at the Elite Eight, guys. And thank you once again for joining me. It's been the long road here, but we're finally here, and we're gonna kick things off with the bottom side of the bracket. And Katie, I'd like for you to start. We have Jamie Hayter versus Willow Nightingale.
Get the fuck out of here, Bakley.
Okay.
Smoking crack.
There we go. As much as I love Willow and everything she has done, and just overall good vibes that she gives, bubbly personality, Jamie's kind of been killing it. Like I said, it's like the same thing with the Acclaimed, even though people don't like them. They got organically over with the crowd, and Jamie has too. Ever since she technically came back to AEW, because she was there and then left and then came back. And she's champ, killing it, and like actually defending her title. I'm gonna go Jamie.
All right, Jamie Hayter, 1 vote for her. Allison,
Jamie Hayter.
Will,
Jimmy Hayter.
Matt.
Willow Nightingale is a fantastic wrestler, but Jamie Hayter's the champ.
Jamie Hayter. And I'd like to remind everyone I don't have a veto anymore. I chose not to use it. So there we go.
Who were you saving it for? Because you said you were saving it.
I said I was saving it in case I needed it for an egregious offense. Like
Julia going over Mercedes Monet.
maybe Deanna Pross will actually getting the chance to like coming out of the bracket and then like being superseded by like Kira Hogan or something. Like, I don't know. It was just there. I just kind of dangled it to see if it was actually a thing I'd be doing.
You're
But
good at dangling it, that's for sure.
Just dangling it.
yeah, I am. Next up, we have Mickey James versus Camille. Will,
Okay.
I'd like for you to start.
Although Camille is a solid pick right here, Mickey James is arguably one of the greatest women's champions of all time. So you got to pick Miss James in this scenario.
All right, Allison.
Mickey James.
Katie.
For all the reasons we've said for it to her.
Katie.
Let Matt go. Matt always goes last.
Okay. All right. Matt. Katie's passing it off to you.
Which one of these women grabbed Trish Stratus by the vagina at WrestleMania?
In Chicago, too, no less.
Oh, that's my pick. Also,
Well-
she has a great amateur nude career prior to blowing up in wrestling. Those pics are out there. You can find them.
Katie, do you want to give some love to Camille?
No, Mickey James.
For all the reasons Matt just said.
For all the reasons Matt just said, Mickey James.
Matt, you get to start. Mercedes Moné versus Roxanne Perez. NXT champion versus NWGP Women's Champion.
IWGP? Where'd you get the N from?
Listen,
It's a long night. It's almost 1 a.m. Camille.
I love NXT. I love Roxanne Perez. But when you look at these two women, the ICUP strongest uterus champion, Mercedes Moné, is unarguably, in my opinion, the biggest star with the biggest body of work and the most to offer. She took a shot. She left a very nice paycheck to go out and do something somewhere like Japan and make an impact, and she absolutely has. So I've got to go with the very expensive car.
All right. Allison.
Mercedes. For all of the eloquent reasons that Matt said.
Thank you.
Very expensive car. I see. Katie.
Yeah, I'll go Mercedes.
Will.
I'm gonna go Mercedes.
Jesus. See, if I had DeVito here, I probably would have used it for Roxanne.
Well, you don't.
Wait, well, hold on. Back the fuck up.
I know.
You would have used your veto against Sasha Banks.
Mercedes. I know.
I'm telling.
Look, you guys made points about like she's wrestled one match. She's wrestled one match. Roxanne Perez has had a Rookie of the Year campaign. It's an up and comer for NXT and WWE. I don't have my veto anymore, but if I could, I'd use it here because as much as I love Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, she's in my Mount Rushmore of wrestling. But in terms of the last year, I would give it to Roxanne Perez.
You wouldn't argue defeating Kairi Sane for the ICUP Strongest Uterus Championship.
She won one match. And
Where did she win that match? What show was that?
Mercedes.
No, what show? Where did she win it?
Wrestle Kingdom.
Okay,
Which you
wasn't
claim
at
doesn't
Wrestle
exist.
It wasn't Wrestle Kingdom. It was Battle in the Valley.
Oh, Battle of the Valley. See, there you go. I forgot. I didn't even
and that's why I'm fact checking you because you don't even know your
showed
shit.
up at Wrestle Kingdom.
She showed up at Wrestle Kingdom, correct?
She made her debut at Japanimania.
Yes.
Wrestled at Backlash in Japan.
Fuck.
Won the championship from Kairi Sane, who is the inaugural Strongest Uterus Champion for the ICP.
Mhm.
All of those things are bigger than Roxanne Perez winning and retaining the NXT.
How could it be bigger if it's a title that has barely existed and the NXT title has more lineage than the IWGP Women's Championship?
Because as much as we hate to admit it, NXT is developmental and New Japan is New Japan. And it is their
Mercedes
first ever
brought
women's
attention
title.
to the women's division over there.
And she also ran
There's-
through NXT. So, like,
there's-
if you
there's-
look at her entire body of work.
Okay, let's rebake this question real quick. How are you catching one match right here versus Perez? Not one question against Jillia, who won their G1 when they won their title and also won their titles on her train.
Like train choo choo.
Because nobody knows who the fuck Gorilla is.
Stop.
Well, like I said, Roxanne Perez gets eliminated by Mercedes Moné, but I did want to make a case for Roxanne Perez. I thought she'd had the better year. I'm not saying she's the better wrestler. I'm saying what I'm saying. Next up, Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley in the WWE main roster side of the bracket. Allison?
Can I go first?
Yes, of course. I love enthusiasm.
Okay, so I'm going to make my case for Bianca over Rhea.
Okay.
So my case, so yes, they're both great workers. They're the two strongest women and arguably wrestlers in WWE. However, Bianca has actually had matches this year. Yes, Rhea won the Rumble, but she has barely wrestled a full match since she has been in Judgment Day. Like, she's on screen and she's doing her little mommy thing, but she's not actually having matches. So she doesn't have, when she's got these little spats with Beth, and then, you know, they had the match with Edge, but like, she really hasn't done a whole lot of like full match work in a while.
Will?
I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair.
Katie.
She's definitely had a better body of work than Rhea as far as in-ring work goes.
Katie, I'm only going with you because I know your answer.
Well, yeah, it's Rhea, and to counterpoint Allison's point, that's what I was trying to think of. Rhea was also injured and not allowed to compete for quite a bit of last year, so she was there.
I'm talking about
Was
this year, too.
You just made the case for Mercedes Moné running the NXT division, which was years ago. So the timeline makes no difference. You can make a case for this year. You can make a case for their entire career body of work. Personal preference.
We've
argument
done
if she wants.
all the above for everybody, all of us. But based off of the trajectory of where she's going, there I mean, the two of them have had parallel careers from NXT to now, and they have both gone on record in saying that.
Yes.
It's just cards get dealt either way. Bianca has had more titles. Wait, hold on. Let me check myself. Hold. Where the fuck's Rhea? No, actually, Rhea has held more
Rhea has
titles.
had more titles, yeah.
NXT
But
UK,
Bianca's are
NXT.
more memorable.
Bianca, and you can say Bianca's had WrestleMania moments. Rhea hasn't got the chance to. The only Mania moment she got was during the pandemic, and then got sent back to Australia because of her visa. And that's the only reason she lost that match.
All right. Well, that's a fair case there. So Katie goes with Rhea. Allison will give their vote to Bianca. Before Matt says anything, I will want to remind Matt that if he goes with Rhea, I'm forced to make the tiebreaker here. So either he advances Bianca.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. I know how this works.
I'm also saying it for the audience too.
Well, do you think the audience is stupid?
No, I like to
Okay.
remind the stakes. I like to add drama to it. Jesus.
I've got a question. Allison,
Matt.
if Charlotte had advanced and this was Charlotte versus Bianca, who would you have picked?
It would have been hard for me.
That's not what I asked. I asked who you would have picked.
I would probably have picked Bianca because I think overall she is a better overall package. To be fair, I do love Charlotte, but Bianca to me is the better overall package.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted to hear. I agree. I think Bianca right now is the better overall package when you look at everything, main roster wise, everything she has done with Becky, everything she has accomplished with Royal Rumble wins, with main eventing WrestleMania 2 years in a row. It is Bianca.
I mean, I'm not discrediting anything that Rhea has done. Like, she's incredible, and I
agree.
think she's amazing. But I just, up against Bianca, I don't think her body, in my opinion, and it doesn't mean that Katie's opinion is wrong. In my opinion, I think Bianca has a better body of work.
I will let you know, if you had told me that you would have picked Charlotte over Bianca, I would have gone Rhea, just so you know.
How did I know that?
Well, if it makes Allison feel better and maybe even Katie, had it ended up in a tiebreaker, I would have used my tiebreaker to advance Bianca Belair. Unfortunately, it's
Why would
tough
that make me feel better?
because regardless of what happened here, Bianca was moving on.
I don't know how that would make her feel better.
Exactly.
Just so you know, Katie, if it makes you feel better, your vote never mattered. No matter what would have happened, your vote didn't matter.
It matters, Katie. It matters, Katie. Katie, Mickie James, Jamie Hayter.
Mickie James.
Allison.
Mickie James.
Will.
Mickie James.
Matt.
Mickie James.
All right. That was the easiest one we've had so far. Bianca Belair versus Mercedes Moné. Matt.
Bianca Belair.
Okay.
At this point, when you get to where we are at and you look at everything now, because we are not looking at the champion of a developmental company versus one of the biggest stars in the world. We are looking at two of the biggest stars in the world. You do have to factor in what they said last round about the lack of a presence of Mercedes for whatever reason over the last year versus the constant domination that has been Bianca Belair.
Okay. Well,
Bianca for sure. And if you took Bianca's 3 shortest months away to match the 3 months that Rhea missed last year, Bianca still worked 25 more matches than Rhea did.
so what when the fact check? Katie.
It's Bianca. Mercedes has had one fucking match this year. It's Bianca.
All right. So we are at our finals. Bianca Belair representing the Raw side of things and Mickie James representing the Knockouts division. Who would like to kick things off first? Or I can pick someone. Well, I pick you.
Okay.
We're dealing with the Roman Reigns of the female division right now, coming up on a year-long reign. She's been untouchable versus, say, like, dare I would say, like a Stone Cold Steve Austin-ish. Not that Mickie James has had the career that Austin did, but the longevity-wise and what she's represented for the women's divisions everywhere, it's like the current division versus, or the current generation versus the Legends division. But I'm going to go Bianca, because nobody's been able to touch her this year.
All right, Katie.
Bianca, specifically for the fact that she has made more history just overall than Mickie James. And for that fact alone, because titles don't fucking matter anymore. Based off of history and what Bianca's doing for this generation, I'm going Bianca.
Allison.
Retweet what Katie said, and also like to add to it, Bianca is the future and Mickie is the past.
Jeez, Matt, I should have started off with you if I knew this is how things were going to turn out. Are you voting against them and saying Mickie, even though it doesn't really matter?
It really wouldn't have mattered, because if I had gone first, I would have said one is the champion of the largest company in the world and the other one is the champion of Impact. And I think that's a fairly clear-cut choice.
All right. So there you have it, ladies and gents. Bianca Belair advances and continues her undefeated streak in the March Madness tournament and in WWE, is our champion and is the top women's pro wrestler, according to our panel of judges. So
I don't know. It doesn't look like Katie agrees.
It's 2 a.m. I'm tired.
Yeah, Katie
This is
just
nothing
seems
new for
tired.
you.
So we're gonna
No,
wrap
my
things up. Everyone's already plugged their stuff, but anything else you guys want to make mention before we end the stream?
I finally reached 1,000 top followers on TikTok, so I can go live now.
What's your TikTok, Alton? Plug it
It's
again.
just a girl 918.
All right. Okay. Katie,
Mm.
anything you want to make mention?
I'm
Anyone?
going to SmackDown on Friday.
All right.
That's
so if you're on-
awesome.
So if you're on SmackDown Friday, go ahead and look for Katie.
Might be on
Maybe
TV. Look for me. I'll be on the hard game
Alright.
side.
Matt,
Nice.
thank you for filling in, being the understudy, and 3 for 3. We'll bring you back next year. 4 for 4.
Yeah,
And-
as another alternate, because I wasn't good enough to make the cut this year.
Well,
It's
next
because
year we're
I
gonna do
just happen
tag
to be
teams.
a little prettier. It's okay.
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
know, I yeah. So next year we'll do tag teams. Matt, you'll be included, and we'll bring you back as well if you want to do tag teams. Allison,
Me and Allison just don't get to come back, I guess.
Always down for a tag team with you, Vince.
Okay. There it
on
is.
that note,
Oh,
I'd like to
my
remind
God.
everyone, if you made it this far, to once again go ahead and like, comment, subscribe on youtube.com/SESVince. Make sure you show some love there, but you can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESVince. Hit the link tree in my bio. Takes you to everything straight talk. Matt filled in Vince's open space. Yes, of course. And like I said, thanks for everyone tuning in. I love doing this tournament. It's one of my favorite things I do on this channel. Thanks again for listening. We'll catch you guys on the next episode of the Straight Talk Podcast. Later, everyone.
Will's pregnant.
Bye.